Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The Azure Play of the Week is brought to you by Microsoft, providing software to help businesses be more agile. Despite the snowy conditions, Buffalo quarterback Drew Bledsoe was able to connect with receiver Peerless Price, who faked out Miami's Arturo Freeman and sped into the end zone.
Down to the 40, a foot race, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Peerless Price. They did it.
Price's speed helped him outrun the Miami defense.
What a tremendous play.
Welcome back to Arizona. Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark, Kevin McCabe. We're seconds away from kickoff. A quick look at the scores around the league. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Atlanta Falcons. They could lock up a playoff spot with a loss by the New York Giants. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Meanwhile, Dallas and San Francisco. Dallas has come back. The San Francisco 49ers can clinch the NFC West with a loss from the St. Louis Rams, but they need to win themselves. And Dwight, so far, they're struggling. Dallas is threatening to score.
A lot of interest in that game out west.
A couple more scores around the league. Houston jumping all over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Indianapolis, they've been red hot. They're struggling and have struggled, beaten by the Tennessee Titans. Marty Mornaway brings his team here, looking for anything positive, as is Dave McGinnis on the other side. The Arizona Cardinals have won the toss. They will receive. Kevin Casper, number 11, is deep. He'll take the kick from Jason Hansen. This is Casper. Casper will get stacked up immediately. Nothing but white shirts. The Arizona Cardinals. Their offensive line, Shelton and Davis at the tackles. Roundtree, he'll replace Pete Kendall, who was injured last week. The backs and receivers, Marcel Shipp, he'll replace the injured Thomas Jones, who's out for the season with a hand injury.
Of the kicking team, 15 yards.
Our referee, Gerald Austin, gives us a call, a penalty against the Detroit Lions, and that will move the Snake further down the field. And the way things have gone for him, Dwight, he can use a little help like that.
15-yard personal foul penalty. He'll take those all day.
No backs in the backfield for the Arizona Cardinals. Plummer will pass right off the bat. Plummer will go down immediately. Luther Ellis, the tackle, makes the play.
They just went right around Leonard Davis for the sack. Looks like they're lining up in a no huddle.
A loss of 13. And already, the Arizona Cardinals are in a hole. Jake Plummer 0 for 6 in his last 6 starts. 2nd and 23. The quick opener, it's complete to the outside. That's McCadley, and he gets a couple. Let's look at the defense for the Detroit Lions. Hall, Rogers, Ellis, and Porsche. The linebackers, Claiborne leads the team in interceptions and tackles. The 2 corners are the 1 and 2 tacklers in the NFL. They make a lot of plays on the outside. And we've got flags already.
Well, the Arizona Cardinals get a little bit of a break, and now they look like they're going backwards.
And that's been the story all year for the Cardinals.
There he is, Leonard Davis there. You can see him just a little lean.
And at 372 pounds, that's more than a lean. 3rd and 18. Plummer has plenty of time. He'll fire in and out of the hands of Freddie Jones, and that'll bring on the punting unit for the Arizona Cardinals.
There's Freddie Jones, and if I were Jake Plummer, I would go to him often today. He may be the only weapon the Arizona Cardinals have.
And you like Freddie Jones, just as a former tight end wide receiver. He's got some things that you were quite fond of. Scott Clair will punt this one away. Standing deep, Eddie Drummond. He's standing at his own 30-yard line. He drops back a little bit, takes it. He gets upfield. He's got a big hole, and there goes Eddie Drummond. He's got to beat two people, and he does. Eddie Drummond will score. And the Detroit Lions told us last night, Dwight, that they need big plays, and they get one there. 73-yard punt return by Eddie Drummond. But we have a flag down. Let's hold on and see what's happening.
Downfield, number 48 of the kicking team. Field is declined. Touchdown.
An eligible receiver downfield against the Cardinals. It won't matter. The points will stay.
Special teams hurt Arizona last week in Kansas City. They had a 90-yard punt return for a touchdown, and here Eddie Drummond goes about 70. Very well blocked, and what a move by Eddie Drummond right at the end to split the two defenders and score.
And they say Eddie Drummond has plenty of speed. He's subbing for the injured Desmond Howard and doing a very good job, obviously. Hansen will try to add one more. He's only missed 5 PATs in 11 years. He won't miss there. We're 7-0 right off the bat here in Arizona. We'll be back with the Snake right after this.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 37.
Back here in Arizona, Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark, and that man Eddie Drummond took care of business. But you know, a lot of numbers in the teens, meaning young players on the field today.
Well, it's an NFL rule that a receiver has to wear an 80, but if they don't have an 80 available, then they put them in the teens. All the 80s are used up because of injuries.
One big case in point there, a guy who plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Keyshawn Johnson, got that 19 at the Jets, and he kept it throughout his career. Hansen will pop it deep. This is Casper. He'll take it at the 6-yard line. He comes back inside looking for a little love on the outside, and he won't get it. He's tackled at about the 24-yard line. Jimmy Wyrick on the hit.
Let's take a look at this replay. There you see Eddie Drummond breaks his first tackle, and then it's just all talent here. Big speed on the outside, and Arizona cannot afford to get behind. They just don't have the weapons to make a comeback.
Eddie Drummond making the big play right off the bat for the Lions. And now Jake Plummer will have to line up with 4 wides and try to answer. He's looking for the quick slant to McCadley, in and out of the hands. Nice play there by cornerback Todd Light. And we mentioned earlier, Light, along with Chris Cash, they're number 1 and 2 in the NFL in tackles by corners.
There you see Todd Light. Makes a good break on the ball and pulls that thing right out of there. Jake's got to stop staring those receivers down. He's been doing it way too much this year.
2nd and 10. 3 wide out formation for the Cardinals. Plummer will pass again. No run inside. This is complete. That's Marcel Shipp. Shipp, he gets a couple before he's brought down at about the 31-yard line. Barrett Green along with Chris Claiborne, the leading tackler, in on the play. A pickup of 7.
Still going with the no huddle, and this is a pretty smart move on Arizona's part. Try to mix something up, keep them spread out so that Detroit can't put 8 or 9 in the box.
They'll be looking at 3rd and 2. The pump, the play action, they're going deep to McCadley. It won't even be close, and there's a flag down. It looks as though Light made contact after the 5 yards.
Pass interference, 24 defense, automatic first down.
Referee Gerald Austin confirms it, and that'll move the chains.
They may see a weakness here. They may be going after Todd Light. Todd Light got beat twice deep in the Chicago game, and McCadley's got the speed to beat him, so they may have seen a weakness there. They may be trying to exploit it.
Light came back on him late after the 5 yards. First down. This is Ship. Ship has a hole. Almost got a big crease there before he's brought down after a pickup of 5. Claiborne in on the initial hit. And that's one of the things, Dwight, that is talking to some people around the Cardinals complex is we've got a Lions player down, is that the Cardinals need to run the ball more.
And Ship's had a lot of success. 2 weeks ago, he ran for over 120 yards. Last week, Kansas City put 8 or 9 in the box and kind of shut him down a little bit.
That's Chris Claiborne down. We'll check on him when we come back. 7-0 here early in the first quarter. Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark back here in Arizona. Chris Claiborne walked off the field under his own power. A lower back sprain. He looks to be okay, and we should see him back in the game. And if you look at this Arizona Cardinal offense and see a lot of unfamiliar faces, it's because they've been ravaged by injuries, especially on the perimeter. 2nd and 5. There's movement by the Lions. The ball is up anyways. It's incomplete. Intended for Casper, and a flag goes down as well. We've got 2 flags down.
Pretty smart play by Plummer. He knew he'd drawn Porsche offside, so he was just throwing it up, trying to either draw the interference call or make a catch for a long gain, and it's like he got the interference call.
The officials talked this one over.
Offside, 91 defense, that penalty's declined. Pass interference, 35 defense, automatic first down.
That's Andre Goodman, the rookie out of South Carolina, called for the pass interference along with Robert Porsche, who got an early jump. Dwight, we talked to Dave McGinnis yesterday, and he scratched his head an awful lot trying to find out what's happening with these Cardinal injuries.
Yeah, it's tough to figure out when you start losing one after the other.
So this is 1st and 10 for the Cardinal. Ship from the I formation, hit immediately. Porsche in on the tackle, and you can hear that one from up here. No gain.
Well, it looks like the philosophy and the game plan for the Cardinals was go no huddle and just keep throwing it. But every now and then you've got to mix in a little bit of a run, and that one didn't work.
Marcel Ship replaces the injured Thomas Jones, who had that mysterious hand injury and was actually put on the non-football related injury list, which, as we know, Dwight, means that you don't get paid.
Right. That's a list you don't want to be on.
That's the list you want to be on when you're hurt. 2nd and 10. Ship again. Ship with the cutback. Has some room. Breaks the tackle. But not before he picks up 13 and a first down. Chris Cash finally hauled him down.
Marcel Ship didn't get drafted because of his speed, but this was just a great find by the personnel department at Arizona.
And the big tight end in the backfield, Steve Bush.
Great vision by Ship to cut back and see that running lane for about 13 yards.
1st and 10. The Cardinals approaching the red area. They'll go to Ship again. Ship's got a huge hole. One man to beat for the touchdown. And a touchdown-saving tackle by number 26 and a former teammate of yours, Eric Davis, but not before Ship picked up 16.
Well, Dave McGinnis built this offense to run the ball. That's what they're supposed to do. And even though they've had some injuries, they're still going along with it. Ship is a good back. That was a heck of a find for him. 6,000 yards he had during college.
Mike Ludodoria, the center. Anthony Clement, the starting right guard, out, along with Pete Kendall, the starting left guard. 1st and goal, play action. Man wide open, Macavicka hauls it in, and the Cardinals score. Joel Macavicka, the fullback, leaked out, and he helps put the Cardinals on the board.
Here you see Macavicka. Play action, pulls everybody in, and Jake just drops it right over the top. Great catch by Macavicka.
Gramatica put one more up, and we're knotted up here in Arizona. So a big play by Eddie Drummond. A little help, and here comes Plummer and the Cardinals. There's a look at the scoring drive by the Arizona Cardinals, Ship and Makovicka. And that was all aided by 2 pass interference penalties on the Detroit Lions. Bill Gramatica will kick away to Eddie Drummond, who's already taken one back. That was a punt return. He'll try with a kickoff. He's got a hole. Drummond out across the 30. I got to tell you, Dwight, there's something special about Eddie Drummond. You can just see it.
He's starting to feel it out there. He's definitely got the speed to take these things the distance. 23
yards on the return. Let's meet the Detroit Lions offensive line. Back is Joyce, who fills in for the injured Tony Simple. Raiola, Brown, and McDougal. James Stewart, with 90 yards today, can go over 1,000 yards rushing on the year. And Michael Ricks leads all NFL tight ends in yards per catch with a 14.7 average. Joey Harrington will take over at his own 31. The quick open pass to Schrader. Schrader's got some room. Schrader out over the 41 before he's brought down. Kyle Vandenbosch on the hustle. Wendell Bryant, the rookie, will replace Baron Tanner inside, along with Davis Wakefield. You saw Vandenbosch. McKinnon has been there for a while. He's the perennial leading tackler inside. Woods takes the place of the injured Rob Fredrickson. The safeties, Wilson leads the team in interceptions. 2nd and 1. Play action. They're going downtown, looking for Schrader deep, and that will be overthrown. And Dwight, you were very impressed with Joey Harrington, not only looking at some things he's doing on the film, and he has some up and down moments, but just meeting him last night.
When he walked in the meeting, his charisma just filled the room. You could tell. I mean, this guy looks like something out of Hollywood. He's looks like a movie star, but he's got the big arm. Very accurate. He's going to be a great one.
All he needs to do is win. Easier said than done. 3rd and 1. The fake end around. The handoff, Stewart. Stewart will pick up the first down easy and chip away at that 1,000-yard mark. A pickup of 4.
This West Coast offense is very quarterback friendly. High percentage passes, a lot of runs. This offense, I think, will fit Joey Harrington perfectly.
Mike McMahon is in the game. The backup quarterback. He's been in at times. He's run some reverses, given the ball on some run plays. He'll get the fake here. That's Stewart inside. And they like to use McMahon. They like his athletic ability to try to throw a little curveball to opposing defenses.
But when you talk to him, he sees himself as a quarterback, but he understands the situation with Harrington, and he just wants to play. So he's absolutely said to Marty Morningwig, I'll do whatever it takes just to get on the field.
Well, if you can pick up 5 yards just by bringing McMahon in the game and not give him the ball, then they need to bring him in the game more often. 4 wide outs on the field. 2nd and 5. Harrington looking, throws. That's complete. Larry Foster has it inside. He got the first down, but there's a flag down as well.
Illegal hands to the face. 55 defense. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a first down.
Ray Thompson victimized on the play, and that'll move the chains for the Lions. And Dwight, you played with a guy, a quarterback who a lot of people don't remember. He started off with a couple rough years, Joe Montana.
Yeah, he struggled. I can remember a preseason game where he threw back-to-back interceptions that they ran back for touchdowns. That's just part of the growing process.
Harrington fakes, gives the ball to McMahon. McMahon's trying to throw. He looks deep to Crowell. In and out of the hands of a Cardinal defender. Ball nearly intercepted. That's Adrian Wilson. Kyle Vandenbosch was on the pursuit.
Marty Morningwig pulling out the bag of tricks. man he's an excellent athlete, and he can throw that thing about 70 yards in the air.
Unfortunately, he threw it 40 right into the hands of Wilson, and Wilson couldn't hang on to his 5th interception. And I'll have a seat. We'll go to 2nd and 10 for the Lions. Stewart, single back, he busts outside. Gets a couple before he's brought down by Kwame Lassiter. He picked up 3.
Nice little jump cut out to the left by James Stewart, playing with a stinger that he got last week when he ran into Scotty Anderson.
Linebacker,
Thanksgiving Day.
Excuse me, Dwight. Linebacker LeVar Woods, who was in the game to replace Rob Fredrickson, who's injured. He's out now with a left ankle sprain. He's headed in for a little ice and a couple Advil.
Cardinals are down to 4 linebackers dressed today.
3rd and 7. Crowell in short motion. Here comes the pressure. Arrington looking for Crowell, who was dragging across the field, but he couldn't get it. Ronaldo Hill on the coverage, and that'll bring on a punting situation for the Detroit Lions.
You know, talking to Marty Morningwig, they've been calling plays to protect the quarterback, and maybe taking off the kid gloves this week.
Jet will punt away to Jackson, who stands at his 10. Jackson will let it go, and the Lions look as though they downed it at the 1. Let's see what the call is.
Eddie Drummond thinks he got it.
I believe Eddie Drummond stepped into the end zone, and they'll call it a touchback. We're knotted up at 7 here in Arizona. We'll be back.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by DirecTV. Movies, music, and exclusive sports from the leader in digital satellite entertainment. By Cadillac, bold vehicles defying convention. By Circuit City, we're with you. And by Capital One, what's in your wallet?
But you see Eddie Drummond coming from this side, almost makes an unbelievable play, but it looks like his toe just touched the line, and that was a ruling by the official. So it's a touchback, and start on the 20.
Eddie Drummond trying to make yet another big play. He's already had 1 punt return of 73 yards for a touchdown here already. This is Plummer. He'll pass right off the bat. That's Freddie Jones. Jones has it, and he's wrestled down at about the 23-yard line. Corey Harris in on the hit.
Still going with the no huddle.
Dwight, is that the kind of offense that maybe Jake Plummer should run in the future? Is that what suits him best?
I think so. I mean, he just seems to be better when he's up there making things happen fast. 20 out of his 29 wins, he's either come from behind or been tied in the 4th quarter.
Plummer fires, and it's complete to McCadley. Right now, let's head to Los Angeles with James Brown and this game.
Hey, Ron, ask Dwight if this looks vaguely familiar. Garcia to Terrell Owens, the most productive combination in the league this year. They were trailing by 3 with 12 seconds left. Those two hook up. There's only 4 seconds left now. San Francisco on top. Back to Ron and Dwight.
Boy, how about that one? And of course, Dallas Cowboy fans like to see no one like Terrell Owens do anything good on the field there in Dallas. We've got a flag down as Ship carries. We'll see what the call
foul, illegal crackback, below the waist, number 11, 15 yards, repeat, first down.
That's Kevin Casper, and that is definitely a young wide receiver move there.
Well, he just learned the offense this week. They picked him up 8 days ago, and we were at practice Friday when they were out there teaching this guy the offense, and he's starting today.
Casper, waived by the Seattle Seahawks earlier this year, picked up by the Cardinals November 22nd. And Dave McGinnis says that they've had to extend some meeting time to get these guys caught up. And you can see the final there in Dallas. The 49ers have beaten the Dallas Cowboys. So with the St. Louis Rams loss, the 49ers would clinch the NFC West division. Plummer again to Jones, and Jones Almost goes back to the repeat play inside as Claiborne makes the tackle. A pickup of 11.
It's not broken, don't fix it. I'd just keep feeding Freddie Jones if they're going to leave him open like that. This is a nice game plan they've put together, spreading these Detroit Lions out.
Second down and 12. Plummer looking, here comes the heat, and Jake Plummer will go down.
Well, he was trying to hit Freddie Jones down the seam, who may have had half a step.
Kalimba Edwards makes the play, and it's a loss of 4.
Kalimba Edwards is just so fast. There's a great close, and he was very productive as a linebacker and a pass rusher in college.
3rd and 16. Plummer out of the shotgun. Lets it go, complete to Marcel Shipp. Shipp has to dance and get to the sticks, and he won't even get close. Todd Light in on the initial hit, a pickup of 12, but they'll be short and they'll have to punt.
Well, they didn't get the first down, but it's a positive play, and this will help the confidence of this team and show them that they can move the ball. Nice move by Shipp.
Scott Player with a 43.7-yard average, second in the NFC, will punt away to the dangerous Eddie Drummond. We said earlier, Drummond has returned one for a touchdown already. Player gets a little bit of pressure. Huge punt by Player. Drummond gets away from one. Now he heads upfield, and he'll be rounded up at about the 20-yard line. A 49-yard punt by Scott Player. Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark back here in Tempe, Arizona. Look at the playoff picture. And with the win today, the San Francisco 49ers have clinched the division, and they are in the playoffs. And you can see the only 2 teams that have clinched. Tampa Bay would have clinched, but they did not get the help from the New York Giants as they won their game. 7-7 here, winding down in the first quarter. Joey Harrington will take over at his 20-yard line. He'll pass right off the bat, looking to the outside. It's complete. That's John Owens. Right now, let's head back to Los Angeles. James Brown's got a little more info.
Ron and Dwight, we showed you one great finish. Take a look at Cleveland on this game-ending Hail Mary pass. Tim Couch, 50 yards, this to Quincy Morgan. Wow, Butch Davis' squad 13-4 under him when they scored 20 points or more. That, of course, is the finish of the day. Cleveland still in the playoff mix. Back to Ron and Dwight.
Well,
Wow.
Dwight,
Wow.
talking to a man who knows a lot about catches. How about those 2 catches? Harrington will go deep. Intended for Scotty Anderson, and we've got a flag down.
That's going to be pass interference, but I have a hard time believing it's defensive pass interference. Scotty Anderson had his hands all over him.
Pass interference, 21 defense, automatic first down.
Wow. Wow.
That's a
You're
tough
right.
one there.
Anderson does make the push off.
They're both pushing each other. You should just let that one go.
I agree. Ronaldo Hill on the coverage. He'll get victimized.
Yeah, I guess when you're the DB, you do have to turn around and look for the ball.
1st and 10. There's James Stewart. Stewart is racked up immediately. Ray Thompson. And Thompson is one of the few defensive players for the Cardinals that has started a full slate of games this year.
He's very athletic, great speed. Cardinals were happy to get him.
Pickup of 1 by Stewart. Harrington continues to fire, throwing, it's complete. That's Michael Ricks, the tight end. And Dwight, we've definitely got a pair of tight ends in this game that can, as they say, get vertical up the field.
They sure can, and Harrington put that ball right where it had to be. That was close coverage. He put it right there on the outside shoulder, and Ricks was able to come up with it. they're really happy about this acquisition. That's one that they feel, Matt Millen feels really good about how this kid's playing for him and his future as a Detroit Lion.
Rick's a free agent from Kansas City. He said he learned a ton backing up Tony Gonzalez. This will be 3rd and 3. Throw complete. That's Crowell, and Crowell is inside the 10 before he's wrestled down, but he'll have another first down. Looks like we've got a flag down as well. That's a pickup of 20 on the play. Let's see what the call is.
The Detroit players seem to think it's against Arizona. I guess maybe it could be a face mask.
And Coach Marty Mornawig of the Lions said that he would take the gloves off last night. He said that he would definitely let young Joe Harrington throw the ball around, and so far that's exactly what they've done.
Crowell is the perfect X receiver.
Personal foul, late hit, number 93 of the defense, half a distance to the goal, first down.
That second-year man out of Nebraska, Kyle Vanden Bosch, with the late hit.
Here you see him right here. Their best pass rusher comes in and buries that helmet in Crowell's back. And these days in the NFL, they'll get you every time for that.
So that'll move the Lions even further. The ball will be marked at about the 5-yard line.
The kinder, gentler NFL.
The fake toss, Harrington on the rollout. Boom! What a shot by Kwame Lassiter. Eddie Drummond was the recipient.
Kwame Lassiter is just too smart for that. His instincts are just too good. The misdirection didn't fool him at all. He'd seen that on tape before. You can tell that he would put himself right in the right position.
And now how much of that is on the quarterback, knowing you're going to throw a guy right into a headache like
A lot of it. A lot of it. But he's a young quarterback. That's one thing he'll have to learn.
All right, he's just trying to complete throws right now. 2nd and goal. Harrington rolls, looks back. A man wide open. That's Ricks. And Ricks will walk in for the Lions score.
What a great call.
And look at Joey Harrington. That's the kind of energy and leadership that every guy on this team says they love about Joey Harrington.
Marty Morningwig said the veterans loved having this guy on the team and in the huddle, that he just took over once he became the starter.
So Harrington drives down the field with the help of a long pass interference penalty and tacks on another 6 for the Detroit Lions. Hansen will try to add one more. He does. And the Lions go up 14-7. And with that touchdown pass, Joey Harrington becomes a Detroit Lions top rookie quarterback passer. And that may not mean a whole lot for the Lions fans back home, but it's a start.
It is a start. Nice job of Harrington staying with it, being patient in the pocket. Rick's just sneaking out there on the backside for the touchdown.
So the Lions come downfield. And, you know, we asked Joey, I said, is this your team? Do you feel like you're the guy, you're the leader? And he didn't hesitate on the answer.
There was no doubt about it. And the veteran said the same thing. He's got it. You know, there's something that quarterbacks just have, and he's got it. And the great ones do, and some of the great ones have started off in a rough kind of way, like Joey has since he hit the wall about 3 weeks ago.
That
but
college wall, you know, where the season's over and
your body clock's just telling you this season should be over now.
Well, Harrington said he likes this place. Remember, he played the bowl game down here, the Fiesta Bowl last year against Colorado. He came up big. So he said, I got some good memories of this place. Casper standing deep in his end zone, awaiting the Jason Hansen kickoff. Casper will take this one short at about the 10. They've got a mix-up. It won't be Casper. It's taken by the up back. He'll get out across the 25-yard line. That's Damian Anderson. We've got a flag down. Let's see what it is.
Holding number 58 of the return team, 10 yards, first down. That's the end of the first quarter.
So that's the end of one here in Arizona. We've had some penalties and we've had some big plays. The Lions up by 7 over the Cardinals. We'll step away with a word from our local Fox station. Ron Pitts along with Dwight Clark here for the start of the second quarter. And yes, a road win would be very nice for Marty Mornhinweg.
That's a lot of trips home. Feeling real bad.
A lot of long trips home. Ship's got a hold. It closes up quickly. Claiborne in on the tackle. And Chris Claiborne is one of those guys that he's been criticized in the past couple years here for not playing up to that first-round draft pick expectation. But he's made a lot of plays here so far and has made some plays the past couple weeks.
I think he's in the position that he likes the most now. They moved him back into middle backer, and he feels much more comfortable there. That's the position he played in college.
Second down and 7. Tight end Bush flexes to the right. Quick opener. There's Bush. Ball's a little high, and he can't bring it down. Gracie Walker in on the coverage. And you mentioned, we talked in the open, Dwight, this guy, Jake Plummer, a lot of people expected he won't be here next year. He's a free agent at the end of the season.
And he was pretty open talking about it. He would like to be back here. He's not sure what's going to happen. You know, a change of scenery might be good for him, but I know if I was the Arizona Cardinals, I would look seriously into keeping him because their quarterbacks are just so hard to find.
You're right about that. 3rd and 7. Here comes the pressure by the Lions. And the pressure will get there. No, Plummer's out, and there goes the snake. And the snake picks up the first down.
And that's what their coaches talked to us about yesterday. They'd like to see the snake get out and use his legs a little bit more. There you see the rush picked up by Ship barely, and then the rest of this is all athletic ability by Jake Plummer. He can still go. Well, I guess he's only 27 years old. He should be able to still go. Seems like he's been around a lot longer than that.
A pickup of 11. Ryan Walker was the man that came on that blitz and missed. This will be Ship inside, and he won't get much. Right now, let's head back to Los Angeles. James Brown has some updates.
Hey, Ron, show you how Philadelphia went on top as A.J. Feely, the third-string quarterback, hooking up with James Thrash, 6-yard strike, 7-6 Eagles. And take a look at Jeff Blake, hooking up with a great catch here by Todd Heap, 43-yard pass play that set up a 1-yard run by Jamal Lewis. 10-7, Nolans on top of Baltimore. Ron and Dwight.
I like that twang there, JB. Nolans. You got to leave that Cajun food alone. 2nd down and 8. Plummer. They pick up the pressure, but he can't pick up this. He's sacked by everybody on the defensive line. Sean Rogers is there first.
And that's kind of what you expected Detroit to do after watching the Kansas City film last week. Kansas City put 8 and 9 in the box, and they brought everybody.
A loss of 12.
There you see the replay. Jake back there, and there's just too many people coming. Can't find an open receiver.
They might have to give a half a sack to everybody on the defensive line for that. 3rd and 20. 3rd sack of the day already of Jake Plummer. Oh. The screen intercepted, nearly intercepted by Robert Porcher. And Porcher has to know that he should have had that one.
Wow. And those are the kind of things that have been happening to Jake Plummer. Porcher just comes free on the middle screen, and that's just a bad throw.
Oh, the ball just beat Robert up. That ball will do that to you sometimes. Scott Player kicks away. Drummond will take this at the 30. He's got a little room, but he's pinned to the sidelines. And that's where he'll stay, a 45-yard punt. Joey Harrington will get back on the field after this. Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark back here in Arizona. LeVar Woods, linebacker who went out a few plays ago, took x-rays on his ankle. He is questionable for the return, even though the x-rays were negative. And Ronaldo Hill, the cornerback, had an eye contusion, but he is back in the game at the cornerback position. This is 1st and 10. Harrington will throw. Rolling. Intercepted, but out of bounds by Kwame Lassiter, intended for Bill Schrader.
Marty Morningweg is moving the pocket. Jerry Harrington is excellent at that.
Next week, it's Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader, beginning with America's #1 pregame show, JB, Terry, Howie, Jimmy. And then it's Warren Sapp and the Buccaneers. They'll lock up along with Brett Favre as they visit the San Francisco 49ers. Terrell Owens, he was big today. Let's see if he can be big again. This is a pass play tipped and incomplete. Harrington yelling at the sidelines. Marcus Bell got a hand on that one.
That's part of this series here. It looks like it's part of trying to keep Harrington healthy. They're rolling him out, not sitting him back there in that pocket where he's a sitting duck. And he can really throw on the run. He's very accurate.
Bring up 3rd and 10.
This guy's going to be fun to watch over the years. Watch his development.
He's already got a little of that confidence thing that you need anyway.
3-man rush.
He dumps it off to Schlesinger. Schlesinger will pound inside. He gets a couple more out across the 45-yard line. A pickup of 7. Ronaldo Hill, along with Michael Young, make the hit. It won't be near enough for a first down, and on comes John Jett. Quick snap. Jett, kind of a line driver. This will be taken by Jackson. Jackson has to work just to make the catch. And that's where he'll go down. And we've got a flag down. Let's see what it is.
These officials talk a lot, don't they?
And they're talking about putting on the Detroit Lions.
12 men on the kicking team, 5 yards, replay 4th down.
12 men on the field, and Marty Morningweg, he doesn't like that. He's going to find a head.
He wants to find the special teams coach.
Boy, it's never good when the head coach is walking around the sidelines with that kind of look on his face.
Well, these are the kind of things, when these kind of things happen, it just makes things look bad. But Marty's going to make sure he gets it straightened out.
John Jett will do it again. Lined up at his own 25. He gets this one away. Jackson will take it at the 22. And he's brought down immediately, a 39-yard punt. Goodman in on the tackle. We're back here in Arizona, and Jake Plummer not off to a very good start. 7 for 11, 52 yards. He's thrown 1 touchdown, but he heard the Boo Birds the last series. Here's a handoff to Ship. Ship will get stacked up immediately. And we've talked about the NFC playoff picture. Well, here's what's going on in the AFC.
Well, it's hard to figure that one out.
That's called let's wait and see.
That AFC West is so strong. The East isn't bad either.
In Indianapolis, who has made a pretty good run the last couple of weeks, they were struggling earlier today. Plummer intended for the tight end. He fires wide. That was Freddie Jones. And I'll bring up a third down, and we're hearing more boos.
Well, he's definitely looking at Freddie Jones in this game plan.
And it's got to be hard, though. We see so much of Freddie because he just can't have the confidence and the rest of the receivers. There's too many young guys out there.
You're just not sure if they're going to be where they're supposed to be. They're just learning the offense.
Third down and 10. Here comes the heat. He gets out of there, throws as he's hit, and he'll skip one. That's intended for Nathan Poole. Robert Porcher had the pressure, and the Lions defensive line is just having their way with this beat-up offensive line of the Arizona Cardinals.
They sure are. They came to play today. Charles Haley got these guys fired up. There was some great movement by Jake in the pocket, but just as he was throwing it, he got pulled down.
Player will punt it away. This will be a fair catch by Eddie Drummond, and that's what Joey Harrington and the Lions offense will take over when we come back.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Saturn, makers of the View, redesigned L Series, and the all-new Ion.
Jake Plummer has had his share of drama already today.
That makeshift offensive line is just not holding up for him. There you see his athletic ability, though. That's just a mistake by the Jake. Here he gets out. He just can't get the pass off. Robert Porcher may be as fast as him.
And as we said, the whole interior of this offensive line has been busted up.
And there's Charles Haley, the defensive line coach. He's got his guys fired up today. Well, he was something else when he was at the 49ers and the Cowboys, both on and off the field.
This is Stewart. He's been something else this year on the field. He picks up 7.
Stewart's been something else for a long time. At the Browns, we tried to sign him in 2000, and Detroit Lions stepped up to the plate a little more than we wanted to.
That's right, Dwight, because after your retirement in '87 with the 49ers, you pretty much have been upstairs in the front office ever since.
Right.
San Francisco, you were administrative assistant to Bill Walsh, and in '98, you went to Cleveland as vice president of football operations. Everything from how the team bus works to capology. It's all there. This is complete to Ricks. He loses it, but he's down. And he'll pick off another nice set of yardage.
I think things are still happening really fast for Harrington back there. Just not quite slowing down for him. That pass was not quite as accurate as he would probably like. There was a heck of a catch by Ricks.
Joey has done a nice job today, though, of spreading it around. He's hit 8 different receivers. And that's something that you like to see in this West Coast style of offense.
That's pretty
Play
typical.
action pass. He's looking deep. Look at the time he has to throw. And it's caught. That's Stewart. Stewart wheels out of the backfield and gets downfield for a big play. A pickup of 28.
Boy, what a throw. This is the magic that you think Joey Harrington really has. A lot of time in the pocket, and
wow,
and
that's
he's
a shot.
covered. He's covered, and he just sticks it right on him.
I almost said that is a rookie throw right there. And I'm glad I didn't, because that was a veteran throw. And we've seen that on film a lot. He can put it in there. That makes him the club leader in pass yardage for a rookie quarterback. McMahon in the game right now. Let's go to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Hey, Ron and Dwight, even before Donovan McNabb's injury, Deuce Staley has been carrying his load pretty nicely. He does so here, 21 yards to pay dirt. It's the Eagles on top of Seattle, 14-6. That in the second. Back to Ron Pitts and Dwight Clark.
A look at the NFC East standings, and the Eagles trying to keep pace of the Giants, who had a big win today. Second down and 6. Stewart bounces inside before he's knocked down by Marcus Bell. a pickup of 3.
You know, James Stewart is not a flashy back. He's just got great vision, very powerful. And when he hits the pile, it usually moves down the field.
Is there a guy out there that James Stewart reminds you of? A running back? I mean, maybe in the past, some people say he runs a little bit like Herschel Walker at times.
I was going to say Eric Dickerson, a little bit upright. Eric Dickerson was big and real fast.
A world-class sprinter. Big enough to run you over, fast enough to run away from you. 3rd and 3. Arrington. Look at the time Joey Arrington has. He's going toward the end zone. Intended for Stewart. Obviously, the Lions trying to work a matchup there. And they'll have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Well, Harrington had a lot of time back there, but none of the receivers could seem to get open for him. They are taking the kid gloves off, because in past games you would have seen him get rid of that ball a lot faster.
Jason Hansen will try from 33. He's 6 of 6 at this distance this year. He's been 80% on his field goals. And he'll pull this one to the right. He was lucky to hit the left upright. And just as we talk about how perfect he's been, he'll shank one off to the left.
Well, even the great ones will miss one every now and then.
We're back here in Arizona. Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark, Jason Hansen hasn't missed inside the 50 in a long time. Being outdoors with the good weather, you wouldn't expect to miss there. This is Plummer. Plummer fires. It's complete. That's Jason McCadley, and he's close to a first down.
Comes up limping.
And that is not what the Cardinals can afford. They are absolutely down to their last few wideouts, period. They've already had to bring up 2 receivers from the practice squad. And that's Frank Sanders in street clothes. Chip gets away from one in the backfield, and he'll have enough for the first down. And what do you do if you're Dave McGinnis, Dwight? You know, you can't, nobody wants to hear that old story about injuries. You know, they want to see production, but he's literally got nobody that even knows the offense as far as receiver right now.
Yeah, you can say you don't want to hear the excuses, but this is real. These guys have legitimate people hurt, 9 people on injured reserve. I mean, McCadley started the season as the 6th receiver. Now he's a starter.
First down and 10. Plummer looking up the field, intended for Casper, and it's intercepted. That's Todd Light, and Light has got a whole lot of green. And Light just runs out of bounds. He just had Jake Plummer to beat.
Well, that's the kind of year it's been for Jake Plummer. He, you know, it looks like he's just trying to get something going, trying to make a play, but Casper, I'm not sure Casper was open enough to try to stick that one in there. Here you see Claiborne just turns around and makes a great play and heads up by Todd Light to come up with that ball, but that's all Chris Claiborne's doing.
That's right. Claiborne got the depth he needed, and the ball's in the air.
The Detroit Lions are back in business. Great field position.
31 yards on the return by the veteran of 12 years, Todd Light. Joey Harrington will have a short field. He looks to the end zone, then he checks it back down. A flag is down. That's Bill Schrader. He runs over an official on the sidelines. And let's see what the call is.
Holding on the defense.
Holding, 53 defense, 5 yards, automatic first down.
That's Michael Young, the backup linebacker. And you saw the pass play there to Schrader, and Dwight. Bill Schrader was brought in here mainly for one reason, and that's to add some speed to the offense.
Well, talking to Matt and Marty, they need a lot more. They need to go out and draft some fast players, and they need a couple playmakers on offense, and that's going to be a priority for them in the offseason. A couple playmakers to help out Joey Harrington.
Stewart, the end around fake, and Stewart does what he's been doing all year long, and that's continue to pound hard inside. He'll pick up 6 there.
Well, anytime you're averaging 4.7 yards a carry, what you'd like to average is, at a minimum, is 4 yards a carry. I mean, that's kind of the benchmark, and he's just been doing a great job. This offensive line keeps getting better and better. They've had a little trouble in the red zone, but I think if they can just stay healthy, keep playing together, maybe get a couple younger guys in there, although the oldest guy's playing the best, Ray Brown.
Big Ray Brown, we talked to him last night, 17 years in the NFL, and there's movement.
And a lot of
Ball
pointing.
start, 73 offense, 5 yards, still second down.
A little joking going on. That's Stocker McDougal, the right tackle.
There's Stockard. Oh, yeah, when that big guy flinches, you see it.
Well, it was interesting talking to Ray Brown last night, and you actually had a hand in bringing him to San Francisco from Washington.
We were looking for a big guard to try to take on Gilbert Brown. And Ray Brown ended up being the guy, and he did a great job for us.
2nd down and 9, play action. Fires complete. That's Ricks. James Stewart was looking for the lateral. But once again, Ricks proving why he leads all NFL tight ends in yards per catch.
Boy, Joey Harrington really gets rid of that ball fast. When he starts to cock it, it is out of there.
That's a pickup of 6. Ricks, a converted wide receiver. Actually drafted by San Diego. Bobby Beathard, the general manager at the time. They looked at him as a wide out. Later on, he became a bigger man, a tight end. Play action to Schlesinger. Harrington rolls, fires. He tries to fit this one in. Ends up coming down with his own bat down. John Owens.
Here you see Joey Harrington still got a little bit to learn about finding the open man. And this may be who Joey was trying to fire it to, and it just got knocked down, but James was wide open in the back of the end zone.
Owens was in on one of the intended receivers. 26-yard field goal attempt by Jason Hansen. He missed on the previous possession. It's up, it's down, and the Lions do it right this time. Detroit starting to pour it on the Cardinals here in Arizona. Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark back here in Arizona as Jake Plummer talks things over with offensive coordinator Rich Olson. That scoring drive, 4 plays, 12 yards, took up only 2 minutes and capped off by a 26-yard Jason Hansen field goal. This is Casper. Casper, he gets a scare, and he'll go down inside the 20-yard line. Michael Vick, one of the most exciting quarterbacks in the NFL. He can throw it, but he can scare the pants off of you running it. Here's what he did today. They got busted up by the Buccaneers. And you know, we were talking, Dwight, the Buccaneers have so much speed on the field. They've been able to match up well.
They really do. And when you have a quarterback like Michael Vick, you've got to put a spy on him. And Tampa Bay's linebackers can run, maybe not as fast as Michael Vick, but they can stay with him.
3:14 here in the second quarter. This is Plummer, complete. That's Ship, and there goes Ship. Ship runs through 2 Lion tacklers and gets out across the 30-yard line.
He does not go down easy. He was very impressive in practice on Friday. He's all muscled up. This is just a little, we called it Texas, but it's a little throw right over the middle to the running back for a big gain.
Let's bring a first down for Jake Plummer. Jake wanted to go to the pump and go. Now he's on the hook. And here comes the pursuit. Jake Plummer saves his life and gets out of bounds.
He's got great instincts in the pocket. He felt that pressure and tried to get out of there. Couldn't find anybody open downfield. I mean, that's one thing that's big about coaching this young quarterback like Harrington, is Marty Morningwig said he's trying to teach him to watch downfield while he's running, and that may be something that Jake Plummer needs to look into. You got to keep looking down the field while you're running out there. Sometimes it's not possible, but you want to look for that open guy.
2nd down and 9. Here comes the pressure by the Lions. They bring the safety blitz, the quick out, in and out of the hands of McCadley, and that's the kind of stuff that keeps your team 4-8.
Here you see him, the rookie McCadley runs a pretty good route. Jake's got the ball on the way already. It's a timing route. Just snuck up on him, and there you see
Dave McGinnis knows it.
Frustration. That's the way the year's going for him.
David Boston out, Marte Jenkins out, Brian Gilmore out, Thomas Jones, the big running back of a year ago, out as well. This is 3rd down. Plummer looking, lets it fire. There's Casper wide open, and Casper has it for a 1st down.
What a great play. What a great throw under duress and right on the money. Now that just shows Jake Plummer can do that. It's just doing it consistently. He hasn't been able to get to a point where he's consistent in, you know, almost 2 years.
A pickup of 20. The 2-minute warning. We'll be back to see if the Snake can punch it in.
All right, this play takes a long time to develop. Casper's running all the way across the field, but Jake puts it right on the money. That must be one of the 5 or 6 plays that Casper learned this week, getting into that Arizona playbook.
There you go.
1st down and 10 for the Cardinals. Ball just across the 50-yard line. Here comes the pressure. The screen. It's wide open. Looking for Damian Anderson, and Anderson can catch that ball. He's going to run at least for another 20 yards.
Boy, that was really a good call, because you know Detroit's going to come after you. That was well thought out, and Jake just couldn't get it to him. He was there. He was there for a big gainer. That's the kind of year they're having.
And in this business, when you're struggling, it doesn't get any better. 2nd down and 10. 8-man front for the Lions. Here comes the blitz. Intended for Casper, and it's knocked down. I intended to say they're giving a little bear look in there, trying to bring up extra pressure for Jake Plummer.
I hated that play. I hated that. Catch that ball and run back in there when the linebackers are all running out at you.
You know, but you guys threw that ball so much, ran that play so much, the quick slants.
The quick slants, you know, that you can live with that. But that thing right there, that's a headache waiting to happen.
Jake Plummer started off today 7 of 9. Since that time, he's gone 3 of 10. It's 3rd down. He's got to get out of the pocket. He's looking for a man. And now he skips it inside, and that'll bring up 4th down. Intended for McCadley. And once again, the Boo Birds are out in full effect here in Arizona. Luther Ellis had the pressure. Bring on a punting situation for the Cardinals. Scott Player is going to pull a hamstring in a minute. He punts this one away. It's a high kick. It'll be a fair catch attempt, and it's dropped by Drummond, and the Cardinals have the ball back. Yes, they do. And I can tell by the way Drummond came up for that one, it was suspect.
This may be a sun ball. Wow.
Number 41, Justin Lucas, comes up with the onion, and will give Jake Plummer another shot.
Those type plays will kill you. Just kills the momentum. Now you're putting Arizona right back in the game.
trying to explain his case to Marty Mornhinweg. That's always a tough argument.
This is the time of year when young guys can show up and make the team for next year.
Drummond sure started out that way, but those kind of plays get you sent home quick. 1st and 10. Ship looking for a crease. He takes a shot. That was Eric Davis, who's been actually playing a lot of safety. Came down and made the hit.
I tell you that what's impressive about the Detroit Lions is that they're playing with a lot of energy. They don't look like they've thrown in the towel on the season at all. And Ray Brown said, you know, when he was talking to us yesterday, he said something like that he felt a lot of energy at practice, a lot of spirit at practice, and that's the way these guys are playing.
Excuse me, that was Corey Harris, the safety, who came down and made the hit. Play action pass. Complete out to Makovicka, and Makovicka is rolled up immediately. Dante Curry makes the play. We come back. The Snake will have another shot. You can see the timeouts remaining for both teams. 45 seconds left. Jake Plummer in the past, in spite of what's gone bad this year, has been pretty good in situations like this. 3rd and 3. Here come the Lions. The pressure. He rolls, throws. That's complete to to Nathan Poole, and Poole is in for the score.
Very nice. Nate Poole 4 weeks ago was working in a children's center in North Carolina. Now he's been brought back because of all the injuries to the Arizona receiving corps, and there he gets the touchdown. Big guy. Not real fast, big possession receiver, but easy to find out there for Jake Plummer. He was wide open.
Nathan Poole signed off the practice squad last week and actually got in the game against Kansas City. This is Gramatica. He'll add another one. And here's a look at the replay.
Here's Poole in the slot. The ball's on the way. Timing route. And now a nice little move inside for the big man. And Arizona is back in it. It's nice to see these young guys having fun out here. You never know when one of them is going to become a star.
Nathan Poole made his first 3 NFL catches last week, so today was his first career touchdown in the NFL. And as you said earlier, Dwight, you don't know which guy is going to emerge as the guy later on from this young group of receivers.
Yeah, this is the time of year, typically when you're last in the division, only have 3 or 4 wins, that you try to take a look at some of these young guys. But this is a very important game for both of these teams. They need a win. They need to stop the bleeding. Detroit's lost 4 in a row, and Arizona's lost 6 in a row. So this is a very important game. Both teams look at this as a game they can win.
Fumble by that man right there, Eddie Drummond, on the fair catch. Set that touchdown up. And this will be Drummond again. He's got to get a hold of the ball first. Drummond gets out across the 25 before he's brought down at about the 27-yard line. A pickup of 20. Coming up on the Visa halftime report, JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy will have all the scores, highlights, and all the stuff from around the league. And our Fox Sports ticker will have the up to the second stats. That's all coming up next on the Visa halftime report. What do you do with Joey Harrington here? You're up by 3, 31 seconds. Do you take a shot and let him fly?
I would have knelt down, but it looks like they're taking a shot.
Harrington will throw the quick screen. That's Stewart. Stewart is rounded up immediately. Justin Lucas on the tackle. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Screens and draws are typically the play that you call in that situation. If you get a big gainer, you call a timeout and then maybe go for a Hail Mary. And if you get nothing, you just walk off the field.
like they're going to walk off the field right now. Clock winds down, and that'll be the way it ends here in the first half. Our score at halftime, the Detroit Lions with some big plays are up 17-14. JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy will be right along here for the Visa halftime report. A word from our local Fox station.
The Visa halftime report is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
As we welcome you to the Visa halftime, those of you watching Detroit and Arizona. Arizona eliminated, believe it or not, from playoff contention with the loss. Right now, they're trailing by 3. I know Jimmy White even say that. Eagles looking for their 3rd consecutive victory without Donovan McNabb. And the Saints on top of the Ravens score there, 13-7. Broncos and the Jets. Broncos coming off of back-to-back overtime losses, ahead by 7. And these two teams fighting for the lead in the AFC West.
All right, highlights. Atlanta, Tampa Bay. Everyone wanted to watch Michael Vick. Pushed out of the pocket, up, gets stuck, knocked down. Buccaneers all over Vick in his football game. Second quarter, Johnson to Joe Jaravich's 13-yard touchdown pass. There's your blitz, there's your man-to-man, 14-0. Then Johnson again, Keenan McCardle, pump, move a safety. An excellent job by McCardle getting behind his man. 34-10, Tampa Bay all over Atlanta. They sweep the Falcons.
As you take a look at the Giants' victory day kept Tampa Bay and Philadelphia from clinching a playoff spot.
All right, young rookie Woody Dantzler, quarterback in college at Clemson. Look at this job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tackles right off the bat. Barely stays alive. Now, tight rope down the sideline. There you go. 84 yards later, got a touchdown, got a ball game. Cowboys jump on top of the 49ers 20-17, but Jeff Garcia, none better at coming back in the fourth quarter than this young guy. Back in the end zone, Terrell Owens, 8-yard touchdown, 31-27. Owens, 2 touchdown receptions on the day. There's your final. Exciting, good football game, fun to watch. All right, leading rusher in the NFL, Priest Holmes. Holmes and no one in the backfield, but he off left tackle, Jimmy. Touchdown from 2 yards, 21-10, Kansas City. And then what a day young Dante Hall had. He had a kickoff return of 88 yards for a touchdown. This punt return, watch it, enjoy it. It's a beautiful job. Down the sideline, 86 yards later, touchdown 28-10, 49-10. Chiefs all over the visiting Rams. Drew Bledsoe lost earlier in Buffalo to his former team, New England, traveling down to Boston. Watch Tom Brady, though, as he swings this out to David Patton, 10-yard touchdown, 10-0 New England. Second quarter, Bledsoe, pitch off, play action, left roll, right roll. Don't do this. Don't. Did it anyway. Intercepted by Tabucky Jones. 4 interceptions on the day of Bledsoe by the Patriots. 27-17 is your final. All right, Colts and Tennessee. Colts had lost 6 out of 7. They watched Steve McNair. What a wonderful day he had, injured ribs and all. This to John Simon, a 42-yarder, 7-0. And then George from 7 yards out, touchdown, excuse me, 27-17, Titans over the Colts.
One of Vic's.
No, Houston, Pittsburgh. I wish I didn't have to do this highlight. Tommy Maddox coming back from the spinal concussion. No one understands what courage he showed today. Didn't have a great game, although they lost this game to Houston. Still, the fact that he was back out in there, he'll play better next week, 24-6, your final. Cleveland, Jacksonville. Couch up, looks left. Guns it right, I swear to you, from the end zone, it looked like this slipped and went the wrong way. Quincy Morgan, 50-yard touchdown. Cleveland Browns made the extra point. Couch celebrates 21-20, devastating loss for the Jaguars. Miraculous play.
Who would have thunk this? Panthers with 52 points,
Jimmy.
Most ever in franchise history. As we take a look at the AFC playoff picture, folks, 14 of the 16 teams in that conference remain alive, so that means we'll go down to the final week of the season, determining playoff positioning there. And over on the NFC side, 7 teams have qualified. 7 teams still alive in the playoff hunt. That means 2/3 of the teams in the National Football League are still alive in the playoff hunt.
JB, I think one of the more interesting things about the NFC playoff race right now with Tampa, Philadelphia, Green Bay, and San Francisco, the top teams as far as their records, they all have a very difficult time playing at each other's place, and how these teams are going to jockey the next 3 weeks to try to get home field advantage. Tampa has a tough time playing at Green Bay. Green Bay can't win a game at Tampa. You know, Tampa has a tough time winning at Philadelphia, so you go back and forth. The participant in the Super Bowl will be the one that gets the home field advantage these next 3 weeks.
And a potential logjam at the top, potentially 2-3 teams tying for the best record in the NFC, with Philadelphia being 8-0 in the conference right now. They're in the driver's seat.
And Terry wanted to underscore the fact that the St. Louis Rams are out of the playoffs.
Didn't want to underscore that.
You didn't want to underscore that?
I said it was going to be a rout today.
These are halftime. We'll continue right after this.
We're back here in Arizona. The halftime score, the Detroit Lions 17, Arizona Cardinals 14. And last year, these two teams got together in what turned out to be the highest scoring game in the NFL last year, but they went in at halftime very similar to this one. In fact, they were knotted up 14-14. Let's see if this one promises the same kind of action.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Welcome back to Arizona. Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark. Detroit Lions are up 17-14. At halftime, our sideline reporter Kevin McCabe had a word with Coach Marty Mornhinweg. Let's go down to Kevin.
All right, we're back on the field here with Marty Mornhinweg. You got Eddie Drummond give you a touchdown and then give it away. How frustrating is that before the half?
Well, we don't get frustrated. You can't allow yourself to get frustrated, but we did give them one. We thought we had the game in control up to that point. We've got to do a better job in the red zone as well.
You got the offense on track. You get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah. No, that'll be a big series. Always is. Start of the second half, we need to go and put a little nail in this thing.
All right, back upstairs to you guys.
And that's right, that nail he's talking about, you know, don't fumble the punts. Eddie Drummond, he got one, but he gave one back. You're pretty impressed there with Joey Harrington. I know I am.
I am. He's 12 for 18, 110 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. I'm really impressed with Marty Mornhinweg's game plan. He's mixing things up a little bit. Snuck the tight end out there for a touchdown, used McMahon to throw a pass, moving the pocket around with Harrington. A couple missed opportunities in the red zone, but here's one opportunity they didn't miss. Eddie Drummond taking it the distance.
That's right. This is a 73-yard punt return by Eddie Drummond early in the first quarter. That set the tempo for the Lions. And then Plummer came back with a little magic of his own. That's Joel Makovica. He got the score. And then the Cardinals fought back. And this is where we're at, 17-14. And this is a huge return by Raphael Cooper of the Lions right off the bat. So that's that nail in the coffin that Marty Mornhinweg was talking about.
Well, he said this was a big series, and he's going to love where he's starting his field. This great field position for him.
55 yards on the return. And you can just see the way Cooper picks his holes here. And I count only 2 miscues today by the Lions in terms of special teams. You had the missed field goal by Hansen there in the second quarter, and of course the Drummond drop punt. But outside of that, they have put a rookie quarterback in great field position. 1st and 10 for Harrington at the 31-yard line. The play action, the throwback. This has been there all day. That's Schlesinger. And Schlesinger is wrapped up immediately. Kobe Reinhardt in on the tackle, a pickup of 4.
It's a nice thought. Try to sneak Schlesinger out there, but didn't quite fool the Cardinals. Moving that pocket around still, keeping the young guy healthy.
You know, Dwight, I'm amazed at how much time he's got to throw the football, though.
Well, Arizona's had a hard time all year putting any pressure on the quarterback. They've only had 16 sacks all season.
It'll be 2nd and 6. Stewart alone in the backfield. Here comes the blitz. Vandenbosch looked like he went early. Well, that's Stewart. Stewart, he doesn't care. He's going. We've got flags down, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be on Vandenbosch. Well, referee Jerry Austin, his microphone isn't working, but he did point toward the Cardinals.
Yeah, here you see him right here. Vandenbosch is going to The linebacker kind of distracted him, faking the blitz, and Van de Bosch jumped.
James Stewart working ever close to that 1,000-yard mark. He came into this game with 910 yards on the ground. This will be second and 2. Harrington has a torn-up jersey there on the side. He'll throw over the middle. Schlesinger is inside the 15, down at about the 13. Michael Young on the tackle, a pickup of 10.
You'd be shocked at how many times that check-through route is open for a big gain like that one.
And you can see the comparison of the two quarterbacks.
Turnover. It's been plaguing Plummer this whole season.
1st and 10 for the Lions. Stewart.
Mike, come on!
The single back. Harrington will let it go. Will dump out to Stewart. Stewart has it. Breaks one tackle, breaks another. Stewart inside the 10-yard line. A nice effort before he's brought down by Ronald McKinnon.
You know, this is kind of like 7-on-7 for Joy Harrington. He's just dropping back and looking over the field, finding the open guy and slinging it. Arizona's not able to get any pressure on it.
You used to call that the old Skelly drill, huh?
That's it.
Man.
It's almost like he's got that protective jersey on. You know, you can't touch him.
He's got a red jersey on. Well, he's got a torn jersey now, and he's tearing up the Cardinals defense. 2nd down and 3. Stewart continues to bang his way inside. He gets down to about the 3.5.
You know, after a steady dose of 230 pounds banging on you, that's got to get old.
Get old for somebody.
He is just so hard to bring down. He's a downhill runner, that's for sure. He lowers those pads and delivers the blow.
There could be a little bit of confusion there in the Lions huddle as they get the right personnel in the game. Harrington's got about 7 seconds left on the play clock. He'll have to hurry this one up. Play action pass. On the run. That's Schlesinger. Schlesinger can't turn and get in the end zone. Nice play there by Thompson and McKinnon.
Well, they were looking for Crowell right across the goal line, but Arizona was all over that. So he went to a secondary receiver, did a good job of finding the open man. Schlesinger just can't quite get his weight turned and get up the field.
Corey Schlesinger has been banged up this year, bothered by a neck. But he's still been able to hang in there and play. This is Stewart. Stewart's going to bounce off to the outside, and he's tripped up. Nice penetration on the play by Kwame Lassiter. He throws the ball down. That was a live ball, and they're saying it's Arizona's ball.
James Stewart thought he was tackled, and he was not touched. Boy, see Kwame Lassiter making the play on the pulling center.
So now he throws down a live football.
Boy, that's a heads-up play by Russell Davis to go and get that ball. He's not touched.
Wow.
For his own player, when he got up, he threw the ball down and threw it down sideways. Therefore, it makes it a backward pass, or a backward pass eligible for anyone to recover. 1st down, Arizona.
And there's the explanation by Gerald Austin.
Really an honest mistake, I guess, by James Stewart, thinking that he was tackled. But what a play. I
don't know that I've ever seen a play like that.
You know who I saw Plaxico Burress.
And there's a red flag out, and that'll be the challenge by the Detroit Lions. And you're right, I saw Plaxico Burress do that in the Pittsburgh-Atlanta game. But it wasn't quite like that one. I mean,
right.
Well, everybody on the team thought, and even Kwame Lassiter thought that he had gotten through and made the play. because he didn't jump up right away and go for the football.
I did not see any red jerseys touch him.
Detroit is challenging the ruling on the play that the ball was a backward pass.
So if it's a forward pass, then it's incomplete?
It's incomplete.
Here comes Kwame Lassiter up to take on pulling
and you know
guard
what?
Ray Brown.
Ray Brown made the tackle. And let's see where that ball's thrown forward. It looked to me as though that ball was thrown forward. And Jerry Austin said sideways or backwards, but from that angle, it looked like he threw it forward.
That would be a huge break for Detroit.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention to replay on the video board.
I think it's a smart play to challenge it, that's for sure.
You can see the challenges this season by the Detroit Lions. Here's the play again. Ray Brown pulls.
Ray Brown on the pull.
Well, he just buries Lassiter.
He's definitely not touched, so. Boy,
and now
that's not the right angle.
And remember that the visual evidence has to be clearly conclusive that he threw the ball sideways or backwards for it to be a fumble. It looked there as though the ball went forward. I don't know, Dwight.
It's tough to get a good angle of how the ball comes out of his hand. This might be the best one.
And the next question would be, is he over the line of scrimmage?
And if he is, then that's a penalty. Some excitement here in the desert. This is pretty bizarre. Well, it's a great play by Kwame Lassiter.
If he's over that line of scrimmage and throws that ball down in any direction, it's a fumble. Behind the line of scrimmage, if he throws it
After
forward.
Reviewing the play, the player was not down by contact, but when he throws the ball, he throws it forward. That makes it an incomplete pass. It will be third down at the 2-yard line.
Nice call,
Please reset the clock. 10 minutes, 56 seconds.
And the Detroit Lions dodge a big bullet.
Detroit will not be charged a timeout.
Here it is right here. Maybe back a little ways from that.
That's the line of scrimmage, right?
Right. That's the line of scrimmage.
But the key is he's not behind the line of scrimmage. Now, where does he throw the ball? He throws it forward. So, in essence, James Stewart was attempting a pass. A very bad pass.
This is the angle that I'm sure the official used to make his judgment. Yeah. Can't quite. Yeah. Yeah, that's too tight to see it.
So the challenge is upheld. The Lions will not lose a timeout, and they'll get the ball back. Number 8, Mike McMahon is in the game, the backup quarterback. He's at the wing position. Play action, fires, looking for Ricks, and it's incomplete. And that'll bring on a field goal unit for the Detroit Lions.
I think Harrington had, I know he wanted Ricks in the corner, but I think he had James Stewart in a little shallow out there right over the goal line for the touchdown. But they'll talk about it. This is part of the growing process.
So the challenge will give Jason Hansen a chance for a 20-yarder here. John Jett will hold. Should be a chip shot. It is. And the Lions continue to add to the lead. We'll be back. Jake Plummer will get his first shot.
Fox NFL Sundays brought to you by Miller Lite. Life is best told in a place called Miller Time.
Here you see James Stewart coming out of the backfield, and right there for a second, he may have been open. I think Joey Harrington made the right play, made the right call on that one, just kind of trying to drop it in the corner.
Hansen has it teed up, ready to kick away. You know, the wind is blowing so hard here in Tempe with the wind chill factor on, you know, it just blows the ball right off the tee sometimes.
May affect the overtime coin flip.
Yeah.
You're going to kick or receive.
Damian Anderson is back deep to receive the kick. Short kick, he'll take it at about the 11. Heads inside, and he's hit hard at the 25. 14 yards on the return. Well, next month, Fox Sports Net introduces 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The only show that takes you inside the world of extreme sports. Breaking news, event highlights, insider information. You won't find anything like this anywhere else. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Premiering weeknights next month only on Fox Sports Net. Somebody is going to have to get into the world of the Cardinals offense real soon here and find out what's not making it tick along with the injuries. Ship bangs inside for a couple. And Dwight, with all the talk with Jake Plummer possibly leaving at the end of the season, being a free agent, who would take him out there, and better yet, who can afford it?
Well, if you talk to some of the people around here, there's a lot of teams that are already lining up for him. I mean, they're just too hard to find, and this guy's definitely got ability, and somebody can get him to play to where he's consistent. There's got to be something you can do to Jake to get him going in the right direction.
2nd down and 8. He's looking deep to McCadley. McCadley's got the ball on the sidelines. He drops it, but he retains possession. He's out across the 45-yard line. Todd Light was on the coverage. A pickup of 19.
It's just a nice adjustment by McCadley and a nice play by Plummer. He sees he's covered, so he just throws it behind him, and McCadley comes back to make the play. And that's a practice play, and Jake orchestrated it beautifully.
That moves the chains. It'll be 1st and 10. Approaching midfield. That's Casper in motion. High backfield, a handoff to Ship. Ship bangs out. He'll get maybe 3.
You know, I just get the feeling that Detroit came to play this game. I mean, they are hitting on special teams. They are covering. They are bringing the leather, and it just feels like Arizona is just a little bit flat, and they need to. The big play to McCadley didn't. That's not quite enough to get them going, but they need some big plays here to get things going. I just don't know who's going to make them. With all the young receivers, it may have to be Freddie Jones, or Plummer may just have to do it himself.
McCadley at the bottom, Casper up top in motion. This is the handoff to Ship. Ship busts inside, and he'll move the chains as he gets across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11.
A couple first downs now helps change that field position.
And this is one thing that the Cardinals have talked about doing more, but they never seem to get around to doing it, and that's running the ball and then staying with it. You know, everybody talks about running it, huh, Dwight?
Yeah, if you had those 2 big tackles like these guys, I'd run it a lot more often.
1st and 10. Watch this. This is. I thought that was a little trick action.
I did too. I thought they were going to direct snap it.
Plummer goes over to talk to Jones. Here's a handoff to Casper. Casper trying to get a little room. He gets around one before he's knocked out of bounds, and he's got another first down, or very close to it. Todd Light pushes him out.
A little reverse. Nice play by the offensive line to peel back, create a little room. And Casper, another play that he was able to pick up this week. That's amazing to me that a guy can come in off the street, learn the offense, and start a game. Especially, you know, a 2nd or 3rd year guy.
He picked up 9. Quick opener. Makovicka has all kind of room. Joel Makovica inside the 10-yard line. And the Cardinals have come out in this second half and said, boys, we're going to honk it.
Very good blocking up front by these guys, and then a nice cutback by Makovica. Boy, Leonard Davis just collapses that whole side. Makovica rumbling down the field. Well, Arizona didn't look flat anymore.
No, they don't.
Going now.
A pickup of 22 by the fullback from Nebraska. Two fullbacks from Nebraska in this game. As Jake the Snake calls timeout. Let's see what they got planned when we come back. Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark back here in Tempe, Arizona. The Arizona Cardinals threatening to score here with the Lions up 20-14. Jake Plummer looking at a 1st and goal. He sends the tight end Banks in motion. This will be Ship. Ship gets outside before he's brought down by James Hall. James Hall missed him the first time and came back and got him. And he held the gain to 1 yard.
Excellent penetration by Luther Ellis and James Hall. Kind of disrupted that play.
And you can see that desire to go down the field and run the ball more. They got after it today a little bit.
Same thing, Paul. VG. What's the
2nd and goal. Play action pass. Plummer in trouble. He's on the run. He'll let it fly to the end zone, intended for Freddie Jones. And it's just over his head. Dante Curry, the linebacker, had the great coverage.
Jake had to get out of there. He was running for his life. Here you see the receivers running down the field. These guys are all covered on the backside. Jake's running the other way. Here's Freddie Jones. Got to make a little move, Freddie. Get open for him. Help him out a little bit.
Not enough speed down there. And Cadley's got to come off the line a lot harder than that if he wants to get separation. 3rd and goal. Casper down at the bottom. McCadley up top. Plummer looking inside. He holds. Plummer will go down. He throws it. He's in the pocket. And he's in the grasp, and it'll be incomplete. James Hall on the pressure.
They're lucky they didn't call for intentional grounding right there. Jake thought this was the defender. Then Hall just reaches up and grabs him.
Lucky that's not called a sack. He looked in the grasp to me.
Yeah.
Bill Gramatica will attempt this field goal. 29 yards out. It looks clean. It is. And so we got a good one shaping up. The Cardinals get another 3 on the Lions. Back here in Arizona, the Arizona Cardinals have just tacked on 3 more. And like you said, Dwight Clark, this looks like it's shaping up to be another high-scoring affair.
A barn burner.
These two teams hooked up last year to have the highest point total in any NFL game. This will be Drummond. Drummond has another crease. Here goes Eddie Drummond. Drummond across the 45. And that's where Harrington will set up shop. A return up 31 yards.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 37. By Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, in theaters December 18th, rated PG-13. By Lycos, explore all the world you live in. Lycos, search on. And by Ford, the best-selling trucks are built Ford tough.
Even Santa Claus comes to the desert, Dwight Clark.
He's got to deliver presents everywhere.
1st and 10 for the Lions. Here comes a blitz inside, in and out of the hands of James Stewart. Well, you talk about Joey Harrington and the other rookie quarterback in the league this year, and there's quite a discrepancy in at least one number.
Yeah, I mean, you can go down here and it looks kind of the same until you get down here. This is unbelievable. You can see how Detroit is taking care of their quarterback. They've coached him. Get rid of the ball. Throw the short pass, even if it's not for a first down. But 68. That's close to the record. Randall Cunningham, 72.
Back in 1986. I didn't know you could sack Randall that many times.
There's Wendell Bryant jumping off sides.
Wendell Bryant, the first-round pick who missed all of minicamp, all of training camp, and is getting his first NFL start.
Number 91 defense, 5 yards, still second down.
You just can't talk enough about how bad it hurts a young player to miss all that practice time.
And Dwight, you coming from the front office, what is the mindset of most coaches, as we look at Joe Green there, and front office personnel, when they draft a first rounder and get him signed? Do they want to get him in, get him signed, or what?
Absolutely. I mean, as soon as possible, because they're so far behind, being so young and not knowing the pro game. You just got to get them in there, get them to the mini camp, and teach them as much as possible. It's okay if you have a week or two holdout, but anything more than that really hurts the player. They end up not helping you at all.
James Stewart carried for no yards. It'll bring up third down. You spend all that money, all those expectations, and then the guy ends up having what amounts to a 0 year because he doesn't know enough of the playbook.
And a lot of times they get hurt. They're not in shape, and they come in, end up getting hurt and missing a month.
Third down and 5, empty backfield. Harrington, a 7-step drop, plenty of room, fires, intended for Ricks. Ricks is looking the other way. Right now, let's go to Los Angeles to a man who's never looking the other way, James Brown.
Hey, Ron and Dwight, and take a look at the guy who was looking the right way, Deuce McAllister, a little 3-yard jaunt to pay dirt for a 27-7 lead. He leads the NFC with 14 touchdowns on the season. Back to Ron and Dwight.
Thank you very much, JB. As they bring up the fourth down, John Jett will punt away. Jackson will watch it sail into the end zone. A 48-yard punt. And the Cardinals will take over on their 20-yard line when we come back. Back here in Arizona, and yes, Dwight Clark, there are still some die-hard Cardinals fans left.
They're going to be enjoying a brand new stadium here in about 3 or 4 years.
That's right. The last hurdle was cleared on Wednesday when Arizona Supreme Court threw out a protracted lawsuit from a local developer that challenged the constitutionality of the taxation plan to fund the stadium. So the Cardinals will put in about $85 million of their own money. The NFL will match some of it on a loan basis. And they should have a new stadium by 2005. And here's a catch by Nathan Poole, who's already got one spectacular touchdown today, as we've got a Detroit Lion injured on the play. That was a pickup of 11. James Hall is the injured player. And here's a look at the standings as of right now. Week 7 and as of right now in the NFC West.
Arizona in week 7 was playing for first place. They lost David Boston, and then they started losing a guy about every week. And when you start losing your starters, 8 starters on offense, that's what happens.
We're going to see what happens here.
Taking a look at James Hall.
James Hall. Right now, we're going to go to Los Angeles for James Brown and this game update.
Hey, Ron and Dwight, what we'll take a look at is Jeff Blake. Little swing pass here to Jamal Lewis, and what does he do? He takes it straight ahead down the right sideline, 77 yards to pay dirt. It is now 27-14, Nolens over Baltimore. Back to Ron Pitts and Dwight Clark.
Thank you very much, JB. Good news there. James Hall walking off under his own power, and that's a man from New Orleans.
Right there he is. Doesn't look like anything big. They were giving him a little grief over there on the sideline for laying on the ground so long.
That could be cramp territory. Plummer throwing to nobody. Intended for McCadley, and McCadley bruised the shin in the third quarter, so he's running on a half tank of gas. And as you brought up, Dwight, can't afford to lose this guy. He may be the only receiver that knows the entire offense.
Well, I'm not sure Jake was happy with him on that play. It didn't look like he did what he was supposed to do. It looked like he may have should have slid back outside there.
No one in the backfield for Plummer. 2nd and 10. Looking, throws, it's complete. That's Freddie Jones, a tight end. You made a point a few minutes ago about both of these West Coast offenses, if you want to call the Cardinals a West Coast offense. The tight end might be the most important guy in that offense. Very important. Why?
Well, he's a big part of the offense because that's the guy that is always the fallback guy. It's either the fullback or the tight end. And when the quarterback gets in trouble, he knows he can always dump it to one of those guys.
And Plummer's in trouble, and he didn't have the tight end to go to. Kalimba Edwards gets credit for the sack.
Kalimba Edwards is the future for Detroit on the defensive side of the ball because he is so fast. There he is right here. Watch him just come with his speed right around the corner. Played linebacker and pass rusher. And he's beating a pretty good offensive tackle right there.
That was L.J. Shelton. Gave up the digits. Blair will try to get some distance for the defense. Nearly blocked. Drummond is deep. He'll take it at the 22. He's got a ton of room. He's looking for the sidelines. A nice job by Joel Makovica. 48-yard punt. And this is where the Lions will take over. Well, some big performances earlier today. And Priest Holmes, he just keeps on running and running.
Brad Johnson's really starting to get a feel for that West Coast offense. Gruden's running down there, and here's Priest Holmes. Just, I mean, you saw what he did at Baltimore when he was there, but wow. I mean, I don't know if anyone thought he could do the things he's doing in the NFL. And then Rodney Peete still hanging in there.
And if you've got Priest Holmes in your fantasy league, you're doing backflips right now. Harrington, Stewart got a nice block, and he's off and rolling. Corey Schlesinger just upended a Cardinal defender.
Boy, James Stewart told us last night when we were talking to him that he's just got a great chemistry with Corey Schlesinger. And you see, just beautiful. Cutting down Ray Thomas, and then Stewart doing this thing out there.
Ray Thompson was a recipient of that cut block. That run moves the chains. 1st and 10. Here comes a run blitz. That's Stewart. Stewart pounded inside for a couple more.
Stewart took a little shot there at the end of that play. And there goes Schlesinger out. It looks like that pinched nerve may have come back on him a little bit.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier Corey Schlesinger has been playing in a lot of pain. And for a fullback to have a pinched nerve, that's like trying to drive a car with no wheels.
Well, before he had that pinched nerve, he was just blowing linebackers up in the hole.
How many of those did you get in your career?
Only one. Only one. That was enough.
2nd and 8. Inside, complete for Scotty Anderson, and Joey Harrington is on fire. If there was a breakout game thus far for Joey Harrington, this has to be it, or very, very close.
Comes Corey Schlesinger on that last play. Went in there, and boy, you can see right there that had to hurt.
When we say stinger, folks, we simply mean a compression of the nerves that run down the back of your neck. And here's a compression on a hit. James Stewart on the run, and Stewart looked dinged at first.
Yeah, Baron Tanner getting out there to make the play. They've been down on him a little bit. He didn't get the start today.
Stewart, he felt the pain immediately as he walks off, favoring that right shoulder.
So they may have to go to Raphael Cooper, number 23.
And while they check on Stewart, that'll be the end of the third quarter. The Detroit Lions 20, the Arizona Cardinals 17. We'll be back for the start of the fourth quarter right after this.
watching the NFL on Fox.
All right, let's take a look at how James Stewart got that pinched nerve. Here comes Baron Tanner, helmet to helmet. Bam. Oh, and that does sting. Another look at it.
That is definitely helmet on helmet. James Stewart, he checks out. Corey Schlesinger, who went out a few plays ago with what looked like a reoccurrence of the stinger. He checks back in. He's the lone fullback. 4 wide out formation. Harrington will pass. Blitz is coming. Harrington gets it off. Nearly intercepted. The cornerback, Ronaldo Hill, came on the corner blitz and surprised the Lions offense.
And they were trying to go downtown. They had 2 receivers out here on the right-hand side. I think he feels them, but he just can't get it out. He can't step into it to get it down the field. They are taking the kid gloves off the kid.
Raphael Cooper in the backfield for James Stewart along with Schlesinger. This is 3rd and 11. Here comes the pressure. Harrington throws inside. Lions receiver Billy Schrader screaming for interference, but he won't get a flag.
Yeah, he might have a little bit of a gripe, but Adrian Wilson's looking back at the ball. He's got just as much right to it. And really,
he's playing
like
the ball. Is it catchable?
Uncatchable.
That'll bring on John Jett. Jett will no doubt aim for a corner here or to try to put it dead inside the 10-yard line. Jackson will take this one. Not a very good punt. And he's brought down at the 15 immediately. A punt of only 27 yards. And we'll see the Cardinals offense when we come back.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by K Jewelers. This holiday season, shop K Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K. By Burger King. Get a Simpsons talking watch for just $2.39 with the purchase of any value meal. By new MSN 8. It's better with the butterfly. MSN 8 more useful every day. And by Sprint. Introducing PCS Vision. Clearly a whole new way to look at wireless.
Back in Arizona, Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark. We're fresh underway here in the 4th quarter. 20-17, the Detroit Lions barely over the Cardinals. 4th quarter, a couple of years ago, used to be Jake the Snake time. He hasn't been very venomous lately. This is Ship. Gets a couple inside, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Tough field position for him. A long way to drive with this patched up offense. Young receivers.
You know what? If you're Rich Olson, the Cardinals offensive coordinator, Dwight, what do you call here? What do you run?
I'd let Jake do his thing. I'd get him out of the pocket, let him either run it or throw it, give him a couple options over on one side of the ball, and then come back with some draws or screens to Ship. Because this defensive line of Detroit, they're bringing it.
Here's a quick pitch. That Ship should have some room. There's a flag down. He had a nice seam, but a flag was thrown immediately at the 18-yard line.
Holding on the offense, 85. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat, 2nd down.
And that one's on the big tight end, Freddie Jones.
Yeah, Freddie's a pass catcher and not known for his blocking, although he's not bad at it. But you got to keep those hands inside, and you know what? That's not holding. He's just pushing the guy down. I don't know, Freddie. I think you.
Freddie got it nipped on that one.
Yeah, they got you on that one, Freddie.
2nd and a long 17. Plummer will throw it about his goal line. Actually throws in the end zone. Ship got a little room. Marcel Ship out across the 20-yard line. Or he's brought down after a pickup of 13.
Very good play calling. You could almost see that they were, it was the time to blitz, and they threw a little screen right past it and picked up about 15. That was good play calling.
It has happened a lot here with the injury to Thomas Jones.
Spreading them out a little bit.
3rd down and 4. Looking inside to McCadley. McCadley makes the catch, takes a shot, and he'll signal first down.
You know, when you take a shot like that, it's okay to get up and signal first down.
Let's listen. This is what it sounds like, folks, in the big leagues. Dwight, what's the hardest hit you've ever taken?
I got stretched out over the middle one time and got hit by Fulton Kuykendall of Atlanta right in the midsection. That hurt a little bit.
Did Montana stretch you out?
Yeah, but
he didn't do that very often.
He didn't. And in that offense, he was really good at finding the open guy. But I tell you what he'd do. When he did stretch you out, he'd be the first one down there to pick you up and make sure you were okay.
Marcel Shipp on the carry there. Luther Ellis makes a play, and that actually was a loss of 1 yard.
So the 49ers beat the Cowboys today, huh? Wow.
Yes, they did.
In the last seconds.
You know, that old familiar catch in the back of the end zone. That's right. You're not a
too bad.
You're not a Cowboys fan.
I don't think they like me much either.
I don't think so. This is Nathan Poole. He'll take the out on Chris Cash, and Chris Cash has had a pretty good year. You know, going back to that catch, you told me the other day, not only was that catch big for you, but you know, Dallas was a team at the time that the 49ers hadn't beaten in a long time.
Well, a lot of bad feelings from 49er fans about the Cowboys because they had knocked them out of going to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row in the early 70s. It looked like it was going to happen again in that game until Eric Wright made the tackle, Lawrence Pillars knocked the ball out, and Jim Stuckey came up with it.
Big plays in the NFL. Jake Plummer needs one here, 3rd and 8. Going nearly intercepted by Chris Cash, the rookie out of USC, intended for Nathan Poole. And that'll bring on the punting situation for the Arizona Cardinals again.
You know, sometimes passes like that, I don't get it. I don't understand. A 6-year player should know that you either got to throw it way out in front of him or you throw it behind him and a good chance of having it picked off.
This will be Player standing at his 16-yard line. They're dropping down the clock. He gets it off. A good punt. Drummond calls for a fair catch at the 20-yard line. We'll see Joey Harrington and the nearly flawless Lion offense when we come. Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark back here in Arizona. That's James Stewart. Went out on the last series. Looked to be some kind of neck or shoulder problem. We don't want to speculate. We'll keep a close eye on his status. He's been great protection thus far for Joey Harrington at quarterback. You can see his numbers on the bottom. And this is where Harrington will take over. 1st and 10. That's Cooper. Cooper bounces, tries to get inside, and he doesn't get much. And we talk about James Stewart, Dwight, being out of the game all game long. They've been able to protect Joey Harrington with a solid run game. Now what happens?
Not just all day long, but all year long. That's been Joey Harrington's security blanket. He's been able to turn around, hand it to James Stewart, let him pick up his 4.7 yards of carry. Now they've got a different guy in there. We'll see how it goes, but I would think they'll tone down that offensive game plan a little bit to protect Joey.
2nd down and 9. End around. That's Drummond. Drummond has red shirts everywhere, and he'll go down quickly. Kyle Vanden Bosch, who's been bothered by a knee all year, has no trouble making the stop there for a loss of 2 yards.
Vanden Bosch, he does a great job here of staying with the play, and you see this on tape a lot. He's very aware, very instinctive. He's their best pass rusher, There, just a beautiful play, making him cut back inside where all the defenders are coming from. No gain.
You're right. That's an open field tackle by a defensive lineman on a very fast wide receiver. You don't see that very often. 3rd and 11 for the Lions. Here comes the pressure inside. Harrington on the rollout. He'll throw deep. That's caught. Bill Schrader comes down with it now. Is it a fumble? The referee is saying no. And that is a big completion. Well, now they're saying that's not complete. It's an incomplete pass. So it looked as though Schrader had come down with the ball, but then he lost it.
There he is right in the slot. Very nice route. Comes out of it, gets the separation that you need, makes the catch, gets 2 steps down.
Whoa.
And the ball comes out.
We're going to have a challenge here, and we do. The Lions have thrown out the red flag. And they will challenge the call on the field of an incomplete pass.
It's an excellent throw by Joey Harrington. There's 2 feet down. He's definitely...
Well, let me ask you this, Dwight.
That ball may have looked like it was dropping down there in that one.
Let me ask you this. Do you want to challenge that? Because it could be interpreted as a fumble.
It could be. You're right. Boy, it looks like he had his hand on it and then took 2 steps. But the official is right on top of it.
The only thing that Marty Mornhinweg could be arguing is forward progress.
Detroit has challenged a ruling on the field that the pass is incomplete. Their challenge is that the receiver was down in possession of the ball prior to being ruled incomplete.
Essentially, that's what he's asking for. That the forward progress had stopped and the play was over before he lost it.
Have you noticed how the officials are very clear with what's going on out there? Since that bottle throwing game in Cleveland, they have been...
You were there then, weren't you?
I was there. And
boy, that was something else. Oh, that was ugly. But that's part of the league wanting to make sure that the fans at home and broadcasters have a complete understanding of what is going on, because not always do you know what is being challenged.
I think it's great.
It's absolutely good.
It's a good move by the NFL to have these guys actually get out there and talk more and explain it. But to me, that looks like a catch and a fumble.
That's exactly what it looks like. And once again, the ruling on a catch, you have to demonstrate possession and make moves that show possession, and that is judgment on the part of the officials.
So the ruling on the field is incomplete. They would have blown the whistle. If it's a fumble, I guess they have to give it to him right there on the 41-yard line where all this went down.
You know, really the team that should have threw the challenge flag the fastest should have been Arizona.
Right.
But Marty Mornhinweg
he's got the ball, and there it starts out, and he's still up.
And then the question is, did he ever have full possession? Did he tuck it? Did he demonstrate things that a runner now demonstrates once he has possession of the ball, or a receiver now demonstrates once he starts to run with the football? Well, Marty Mornhinweg is no stranger to controversial plays this year.
That is true.
The incident in Chicago with the overtime play, winning the coin toss and electing to kick off instead of receive.
It was interesting to talk to the players about that one, because they kind of blame themselves. They said it should have never gotten to that coin flip, because they should have stopped them on 4th and 20 and 4th and 13 and 4th and 18. There was 3rd and 18. So there was a lot of times during that game that they could have won it without going to overtime.
After reviewing the play, the receiver comes down. Just as his second foot is touching the ground, he's hit, and the ball starts coming out. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass. Detroit is charged with our first timeout.
The referee, Gerald Austin, explains it. In other words, he did not fully have possession and demonstrate possession. He wasn't able to get that second foot down and hold on to the ball at the same time. So the Lions will lose a timeout. And Dwight, that timeout could come back in a game like this.
A game this close, it sure can.
Got a little premature snap here.
Well, I guess that could have been worse for Detroit. They didn't get the completion, but they didn't get the fumble.
Schrader, the free agent from Green Bay, brought in, as we said earlier, to add a little bit of speed to this wide receiving core. A wide receiving core that is trying to get along without Hakeem, another speedster. Jet gets a pretty good hang time on this one. Jackson will take it. He's looking for the outside. He will get nothing. 40 yards on the punt. He's brought down by Jimmy Wyrick.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Back here in Arizona, the Lions. Marty Mornhinweg looking to erase that 14-game road loss streak. And they've had plenty of close ones this year. But as they say, Dwight Clark, the close ones won't even come close to counting. 1st and 10. That's Makovicka. He pounds inside. And speaking of those close calls, week 6, Lions-Vikings. 31-24, 2:14 remaining. The pass by Harrington intercepted by Corey Chavis. Week 8, Lions at Buffalo. 4th down conversion. James Stewart denied. Then in Chicago, Ettinger hits a 40-yard field goal in OT after the decision we talked about to hand over the coin flip. And that's where the Lions have struggled. Here's Plummer looking deep. Going for McCadley, and McCadley is trying to run on that bruised shin, and it's over his head.
Boy, McCadley, being the young guy, when he looked back, kind of slowed down a little bit. Should have just kept running. That ball would have been right on the button. But I guess he is a little bit injured right now. But that's one thing a young guy will do. As he's looking back, he'll slow down. But he had a step on Cash.
3rd down, and Arizona has been dreadful today in conversions. 4 of 12. Play clock running. Plummer on the roll, shoots, fires. That's complete to Nathan Poole. If there's any young bright spot today, it might be him as far as the wide receivers are concerned.
I like that play. Moving the pocket, getting Jake out there on the corner, and that angle for the defender to have to try to knock it down when it's just a straight pass right to the receiver. That's smart football. They got a little something going now.
So Poole picks up enough for the 1st down. With 7:51 and running. Plummer will hand off. This is Ship. Ship will get stacked up, then rolled up inside. That's Kalimba Edwards. We've announced his name a couple times today.
4.5 yards on the pickup. Great patience there by Ship. Cutting back, seeing the hole, cutting back and picking up 4.5. Take that on 1st down every time. I mean, those are huge gains on 1st down. It makes 2nd and 3rd down so much easier for the coordinator to call a play.
You can see the difference in the rushing yards.
Step close left. Stay late, stay late. Stay late.
This will be Ship again. And they keep trying to test that middle. He picked up only 2.
Big 3rd down for Jake and the Arizona Cardinals. 3 points behind. 6:50 to go.
All right, 3rd and 3. Just give me a play out of the West Coast offense.
I'm throwing it to the tight end, Freddie Jones. A little quick hook about 4 yards. They call it a stop route. Freddie Jones may not even be in the game.
Yeah, he's there. He's in the third bunch there. They'll hand off. There's Ship. Ship will get stacked up, and I don't think he got the first down. Let's see where they mark the play. He got 2, but he looks to be well short.
He is short.
Corey Harris along with Jeff Gooch.
Here's the first down marker. Needs to go right there to get the first down. Great defensive stand.
4th down and 1. And there's a timeout.
I like it. I like going for it. I mean, you could punt it back there and back up the young quarterback and make him go 90 yards on you, but I like this too. What do you got to lose?
And this really, and this is why so much has been talked about concerning Jake Plummer, and maybe the best offense for him is some kind of hurry-up offense, no-huddle offense, a check-with-me offense like Peyton Manning runs back in Indiana. But he's always been better in these type of situations when he just has to wing it and not think about it.
Sometimes it's almost like he's bored during the game until he really has to come up with a big play. I'll tell you who he needs. He needs Sam Weich in the early 80s when Sam Weich was running all that crazy no-huddle, call the play at the line of scrimmage, just keep it rolling.
And Sam Weich spent some time on your 49er staff when you were there as a player.
He was my first coordinator.
The Lions have 1 timeout left. 4th and 1 for the Cardinals. This is Ship. Ship pounds inside.
Maybe with the second effort
I don't know if he got it or not. He needed 1 long one. Let's see where they mark it.
Cardinals think they've got it.
And you're right, Dwight. If he got it on the second effort and pushing the ball over the line.
All about the mark.
They're going to bring out the chains, and we're going to stretch for this one. From here, it looks as though he might have just gotten it. This is when that link has extra, chain has extra links in it.
He's got it.
Right now, let's head back to Los Angeles and James Brown for this update.
Ron and Dwight, take a look at how Denver's playoff hopes were seriously hurt here as Chad Pennington early in the 4th, hooking up with Lavernius Coles. He rolls into pay dirt. That put them ahead. They go on to win it 19-13 over Denver. Denver only 4-6 in conference play. Back to Ron and Dwight.
Thank you very much, JB. And how about those Jets? They've jumped back in the mix.
They are right back in it.
Herman Edwards doing a great job there in New York. Flags on the play. This is Ship. He'll run out of bounds. Let's see who it's on.
Another big gain on first down, but it looks like it's going to go against Arizona.
Illegal shift. Number 34 is moving forward. It's a snap. 5 yards. Repeat, first down.
Joel Macavecca, the fullback.
Here he is right here. Boy, that's tough.
That's tight, isn't it?
That is. That's calling it real close.
So that pushes the Cardinals back to 1st and 15.
And when you're fighting for every yard, those penalties kill you. 1st and 15, just a killer for an offense that's struggling.
Plummer will let one fly. He lets this one float. And Dwight, that's exactly what you're talking about. Those are usually comeback balls when you put that much air under them.
Yeah, that one floated a little bit on him. Cash had excellent coverage. Well, he breaks right with McCadley.
I got to tell you, if I'm an offensive coordinator, I might take a chance on a hook and go with a cornerback that tight on the out route.
Yeah. Detroit likes Cash. They say he's not the most athletic, not the fastest. He's just a football player. Finds a way to be in the right spot.
2nd and 15. Lions showing a 2-deep coverage. Plummer will try to throw right down the middle of it. He does. That's the tight end, Freddie Jones.
Wow, that ball was on a rope.
And he picks up a first down. And Dwight, that is right where you want to attack in a cover 2.
Boy, that was nice. Jake steps up in the pocket, buys some time, looks around. That's probably not his first choice of receivers there. He looked like he was going to the right. Oh, nice by Freddie Jones to move around the defender. He was looking at Freddie the whole way.
How did Marcel Shipp know that ball wasn't for him?
I think it whizzed by his head too fast.
A pickup of 17 and a fresh set of downs. Shipp. And he runs the ground real fast. Barrett Green is in there, number 54.
Barrett Green has excellent speed. Not the biggest linebacker, but great speed in that linebacker core there for Detroit.
Well, we might as well start setting it up right now. Bill Gramatica has a long of 50 yards this year. He hit that against Carolina back in October. He's rapidly approaching an easier target. This is 2nd and 8. Plummer going to the outside. Another slow throw intended for McCadley. And these Lion cornerbacks are just eating up the out routes of the Cardinals.
Well, this is a nice play by the corner. It was a made play to throw behind the corner, try to get him going down the field and then come back, but Light would have none of that. Made a nice play.
3rd and 8. 11th play of the drive. When you look at Todd Light's numbers. Casper at the bottom, McCadley on top. Plummer looking for McCadley, and it's tipped. Brian Walker.
You can tell that the Cardinals are not able to get into their playbook. That was exactly the same play that they ran the play before. That one just got knocked down. McCadley tried to get Light running down the field and then come back. And even if they had completed it, it was short of the first down.
Bill Gramatica from 42 yards. This will be shorter than the 50-yarder he hit last year in the win against Detroit. It's down, it's up, it looks straight, and it's good. And we are knotted up here in AZ. When we come back, it's on, folks. A little Cotton Bowl love. New Year's Day. Join us for one of football's most storied bowl games, the 67th SBC Cotton Bowl Classic. The Texas Longhorns and the LSU Tigers will do battle. That's New Year's Day at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, only on Fox. Eddie Drummond, he's had a big punt return for a touchdown today. He'll grab this Gramatica kick at the 5-yard line, and he'll go. He takes a hit, pinballs inside, and he's down at about the 29-yard line. A return of 25 yards, and so it is. Joey Harrington has had a pretty darn good day, but with one timeout left, 3:15, we're going to get a look and see how he does in the 2-minute offense.
It'll be interesting to see the play calling here. See how imaginative they want to get. Probably keep it pretty clean. There's a lot of time, although the Lions only have one timeout left.
1st and 10 for Harrington. Throw, ball's up in the air, nearly intercepted by Ronald McKinnon. And Dwight, you can feel that momentum switch.
Big Mo has changed sides. You could tell by the coverage on that kickoff. Arizona was moving down the field.
Fred Wakefield. He got the tip.
Fred Wakefield is a great athlete to be a defensive end. When I was at the Browns, we tried to sign him. We were going to move him to offensive tackle. And once he heard that, he was out of there. Never called us back.
2nd and 10. Harrington does a throwback to Schlesinger and Schlesinger's wrapped up immediately. Michael Young.
Going with those high percentage passes, and Arizona is all over him, batting one down and then all over that quick out by Schlesinger.
No gain on the play, and it looked to be a little bit of confusion there on that end around.
Yeah, there was some heat coming by the defensive end.
3rd down and 10. The Arizona faithful on their feet and loud. Here comes the inside blitz by Arizona. The throw, the out route intended for Crowell, and it's not even close.
Well, that's typical of a young quarterback, just learning, not quite up to speed with the timing of the receivers.
And you see, Dwight, they brought that corner blitz. Ronaldo Hill came from the outside.
It's a smart play. You got a young quarterback, got it on 3rd and 10. Bring the house.
Jet will punt to Arnold Jackson. Jackson standing at the 30-yard line. He'll come up to take this one. He's hit immediately by Dante Curry. We've called his name a couple times today. 39 yards on the punt.
Well, you better have your mouthpiece in when you take those kind of hits.
Let's go to Los Angeles and James Brown for this update.
Hey, Ron and Dwight, and what we'll see is Deuce McAllister continuing to play well for the Saints as he takes this 3rd touchdown of the day to pay dirt, his 13th rushing touchdown of the season that ties our franchise record 37-17. Back to Ron and Dwight.
Thank you very much, JB, and the Saints need a win big. We started out humming in that NASCAR division, but they had to come in a couple times and change tires. They got it going again now. The snake, 2:12 left, and he'll go to work. Casper has it. He's out close to the 40-yard line. Coverage on the play by Cash.
3 plays in a row, they ran the same exact play, and that time they got it to work. Get the defender, his back turned, run it down the field, then come back. Nice throw and catch. Very good catch by Casper.
Excuse me, that's Todd Light on the coverage.
This is Jake's time.
2nd and 3. He's got some yards to play with here. Looks backside. Here comes the pressure. Tris Claiborne makes the play.
They were trying to go back out to that right side. You saw him looking over there, and when he tried to look back for his secondary receiver, Chris Claiborne was coming clean right up the gut. Right here. Ooh. When you get planted like that, that stuff hurts.
When you get a divot, that's no good. Jake Plummer has been sacked 6 times today by the Lions defense.
He may be looking for a hot tub tonight.
Absolutely. This is 3rd down and 10. Pressure. Plummer fires. It's complete to Poole, and Poole takes a shot.
Oh, he is blasted by Barrett Green.
Oh, he got 7. But Barrett Green just laid him out. That's what you call wax on, wax off.
Trying to get the 1st down. Stops beautifully there in the hole. Jake finds him, and wham!
Claiborne is there. That's 12 tackles for Chris Claiborne.
This Detroit team, they don't play like they're 3-9. They play hard. They're trying to win this game.
Eddie Drummond is back deep on his 20-yard line to receive the stop from Player kick. Player gets a high kickoff. Drummond will take it. He'll fair catch it. And that's where Harrington will take over. Well, it's the game of the ages. You talk about dynasties. You've got 2 right here. The San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. Brett Favre, Terrell Owens, and a whole lot of action next Sunday, 4 p.m. right here on Fox.
There's a whole lot of Niners that are glad that game's in San Francisco.
Yeah, let me see. The temperature last week in Green Bay was about -3 degrees wind chill. Your boys are going to be fired up, though, coming off that big win today. Doesn't get any better than that. Harrington, Schlesinger lowers his head. He gets a couple boys brought down by David Barrett. And the Lions are in a hurry-up offense. They got 4 on that one.
Gone to Schlesinger 3 times in a row.
47 seconds and counting. Pump and go. Schrader's across the middle of the field. He's nowhere near the sidelines.
Here we go. Ball.
And the Lions burn the timeout.
Final timeout.
And that is the last timeout for Marty Mornhinweg. Remember, earlier this quarter, they challenged on an incomplete pass to Bill Schrader. They lost the challenge. That cost the timeout. On a 4th down play for the Arizona Cardinals, they burned another timeout for the defense.
Yep, you'd like to have one of those back maybe, but now you just have to work the sideline to get the ball down the field. Don't have enough time to complete too many where the clock keeps running.
Jason Hansen warming up there on the sideline. He's hit a long of 49 this year, but he hasn't hit anything from 50 plus. He's 0 for 2. But right now the Lions aren't even close. Harrington will have a first down. It's batted down by Fred Wakefield.
Well, they were expecting the big rush and they got it, trying to drop a little screen in behind it, but what's that? Fred Wakefield. Now that's athletic for 300 pounds. Yeah. That's a heck of a play by Wakefield.
Second down and 10. Lions in a 3 wide out formation to the top. Crowell alone at the bottom. Harrington looking deep. He's going deep. Intended for Scotty Anderson, but Scotty Anderson was a good 3 yards out of bounds by the time the ball got there.
Yeah, you know, in a situation like this, he's got to make sure he doesn't throw the interception and just give the game away. So he's really being cautious with those throws.
And on the flip side of that, Dwight, you know, that's a tight time for the offensive coordinator and Marty Mornhinweg. What do you call? You want him to be aggressive, but you know you got a young quarterback. We're going to find out now if those gloves are really off.
There you go.
3rd and 10. 3-man rush only by the Cardinals. He'll have time. He does, throws, and this is nowhere. And those 2 series may have been the worst for Joey Harrington today.
Yeah, they trying to call some plays where they were protecting against interceptions that could cost them the game, and yet trying to come up with something that would help them get first downs, but none of that worked out.
But I think that's smart, though. You know, a lot of Lions fans back home are probably criticizing that, but the last thing you do is throw an interception down here. This is Jet. He'll punt it away. Jackson. He'll leave this one alone, and very smartly. Although it takes a pretty nice roll, a very nice roll, and that's where the Cardinals will begin. 49 yards on the punt. And here's a look at what happens in OT, folks. That's what's gone on this year.
A lot of ties.
What do they call that? Parity?
Pete Rozelle is loving this stuff.
So we're looking at 9 seconds left on the clock. And Arizona is going to fall on it and put this thing in the OT. The fans don't like it. But you know what? This is one game that both teams need to win from a morale standpoint only. And you can see the team winning the coin toss has elected to kick off in 9 of 337 games. That being said, I'll let you finish that one, Dwight.
Well, we've talked about it. You know, Marty had a lot of information about why to kick the ball off and take the win. There have been 24 points scored on that one end zone and none scored on the other. And I think we didn't ask him this, but I think he was probably worried about his young quarterback having to take the team 80 yards for a winning drive, afraid of what might happen.
What's your call? Heads is a call. It's a tail. You want the ball. Who you want to kick?
I'm kick that one.
Inside. Arizona won the toss. They will receive.
So the Cardinals will get the first shot when we come back. We're heading into OT, folks. This is going to be fun. Ron Pitts, Dwight Clark back here in Arizona. We are going into overtime. We're knotted up at 20, and there's a look real quick at the overtime rules. And I think one thing that comes up big a lot of times, the 2 timeouts per team.
How do you feel about the way the overtime is?
You know, part of me feels like 2 teams have fought this hard all game long. You know, why let a coin toss determine who gets possession, and then if they score on that possession, the other team doesn't even get a shot?
Yeah.
I think maybe it should be a 2 possession rule or 1 possession rule mandatory, and then after that you go into OT.
Yeah, I'm okay with the way it is. You get the ball and try to score, and your defense needs to stop it.
Put it on the defense. Casper. He'll put it down at about the 25-yard line. And we've got a flag down. You know what's in that flag? You ever know that?
I guarantee you, after the incident in Cleveland with the official's flag hitting the player in the eye.
Offside on the kickoff. Number 55 of the kicking team. 5 yards. Redo the kick.
We got an offside on the kick.
Rice, corn, something,
right.
But it's not BBs anymore.
It's not BBs. You know, Dwight, you could probably call an offsides on a kickoff every single kickoff in the NFL. And for whatever reason, they decided to call one here.
Yeah. Right there.
An injured player on the Detroit Lions, Tyrone Hobson. He's down right now on the 24-yard line. There was quite a collision on that kickoff. An Arizona Cardinal player was helped off as well. Taking a look at the finals around the league, the Saints hang on big to beat the Baltimore Ravens.
That is a tough division. Tampa Bay was supposed to run away with that, but New Orleans is hanging right in there with them. Here he is, number 64.
Oh, yeah, you can see he got his neck.
Yeah. Boy, there's some hitting going on out there today.
Dwight, I don't know how many times you had to cover kicks or was back on kicks, but that is the most violent collisions you will ever see during the course of 9 seconds.
My rookie year, I had to cover a kick, and I'm running down the field against the Raiders, and 2 guys that I never saw blocked me all the way off the field onto the bench. And
Hobson is up, and that's always good news, walking off under his own power. Yeah, you know, that's when they put you up underneath the bench and you get all tangled up in the cords, that's not good.
yeah,
That's usually a sign to the special teams coach that you're not the guy we're looking for on special teams.
Well, the good news was I didn't have to do it anymore.
You know what? I think you planned that. Seriously, I know guys like you. You know, don't run down on kicks. You know, make one of the greatest catches in NFL history. Hey, it's all in the plan, right? So we'll do this again. Hansen, he'll put a foot to it, another short kick. Taken at the 11 by Casper. Casper does almost the same thing he did before. A return of 19, and that's where the Cardinals will take over at the 29-yard line. Jake Plummer talking things over with offensive coordinator Rich Olson.
A big dose of Freddie Jones here. A little bit of Marcel Shipp.
Dwight, what was the thinking like in the huddle, you know, for you guys in 2-minute situations? Because you guys were so great in 2-minute situations.
Yeah, you know, there was not really a lot of talking. Joe Montana ran the whole thing. He was the general in the huddle, especially in that situation. And really, you know, by 2 or 3 plays down the field, you're breathing so hard you don't want to talk anyway. You just want to listen to the play and find out where you're supposed to go.
Nathan Poole picks up 4.
But Joe Montana was awesome at that.
That moves the chains up. He's 2nd down and 6. And as you say, you put the onus on your defense. Lions defense has played hard all day. But every series becomes the last series when you're an OT. Plummer will pass again. He's going downtown. They're going to have a flag thrown. McCadley was tripped up by Todd Light.
Pass interference, 24 defense, automatic first down.
Nice move by McCadley to get off the ball, but
oh yeah, he went on him with the
got the little hook on him. Put the hook on him, brought him down.
And I don't know that there was any reason to do that. Looked like he got a pretty decent jam and was running with him.
New set of downs for the Cardinals.
Bill Gramatica, 1 for 4 from 50 yards and out this year. 1st and 10 for Plummer. He's going up the field. He's hit. The ball's out. It's intercepted. That's Chris Claiborne, the linebacker, and he's going to the end zone. Freddie Jones has to make the tackle, and he does.
And there's going to be a
15-yard
face mask penalty on this one.
Tipped by Robert Porcher, and we've also got a flag back at the line of scrimmage, so let's hold on here.
Give me more money. Good job, Bert.
We've got 2 flags down.
And a conference.
Chris Claiborne came into today's game leading the team in interceptions and tackles. And he's had a bunch of tackles, and that's one huge interception. Robert Porcher told us last night, I got to play better, and that's playing better.
Said he had to make plays to help win the game.
Personal foul on number 91 of the defense, grabbing the face mask of the quarterback. We have a personal foul on number 85 of the offense during the run back. Those penalties offset. Replay first down.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Here's Robert Porcher here. One of the penalties was on him for grabbing the quarterback's face mask. Looked like he grabbed the top of his helmet.
Grabbed the top of the helmet.
I'm not sure that Detroit knows what just happened. Their defense is still on the sideline.
And that technically, even though he didn't grab the face mask per se, you get a part of that helmet. That's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Wow, that is a big break for the Arizona Cardinals.
And now the Lion defense has to regain their composure because here comes Jake Plummer with a 1st and 10 in the shotgun.
Here they come.
He'll throw it again. He looks up the field looking for McCadley, and it's overthrown. Todd Light on the coverage.
A lot of pressure by the Lions. They're bringing 5 and 6. It took a page out of Kansas City's playbook from last week.
The Oakland Raiders big over the San Diego Chargers.
Teams are starting to separate themselves from the pack late here in the season.
2nd down and 10. This will be Ship. Steps over one. Got a couple.
Well, Robert Porcher just plays it perfectly. Sheds the blocker and just reaches out and makes the play. I tried to sign him twice. Every time his contract came up, I've been trying to sign him. I haven't been able to get him yet.
So what did he tell you each time?
Well, he said he really wanted to stay in Detroit. He likes it there and likes being a Lion. At least we helped drive the price up.
3rd down and 7. Here comes the pressure by the Lions. Look inside. They bluff. Plummer's going to let it fly. Looking over the middle of Casper. Casper makes the catch. Kevin Casper claimed off waivers November 22nd from Seattle, replacing Frank Sanders. Didn't have a catch coming into the game, and he's come up big.
Are you kidding? Jake Plummer stepping up in the pocket, looking down the field and finding Casper. What a beautiful throw and catch. Couldn't draw it up any prettier than that.
23 yards on the play, a 1st down, and Gramatica is starting to oil up that leg.
I would think this is going to be handed off to Ship.
There it is. Ship bounces outside, but he won't get much. Light on the tackle. Let's go to Los Angeles and James Brown for this update.
All right, Ron and Dwight, and take a look at how Oakland won its 5th straight. Good day on the ground by Tyrone Wheatley, who takes us from 4 yards up the gut for a 27-7 victory. Oakland looking solid in the AFC West. Back to Ron and Dwight.
Yes, sir, JB. And Arizona Cardinals right now looking solid on this drive. Dwight, how much longer do you mess around before you bring on Gramatica?
Well, you probably hand it to Ship going to the left, get the ball in the middle of the field, and maybe go ahead and take a shot at it.
That would be a shot on 3rd down. This is Ship on 2nd down. They run to the opposite side. They don't center it up. So that tells me they're going to go ahead for one more down here. No, they're going to go ahead and kick it. Why wouldn't you center it up unless the kicker wanted it on that side of the field?
That's exactly it. He probably prefers being on this side. He probably got a little hook in his kick like your driver.
Yeah. So Bill Gramatica comes on, and this will be for the win. 43 yards. He's on the right hash. It's up. It's good. And that's game.
Wow, what a turn of events. Chris Claiborne's interception to Casper's catch.
And you have to go back to the big play with the flags. The interception, but it was nullified.
Wow, I feel bad for Marty Morningwig. Came in with a great game plan, but happy for Dave McGinnis. He's a good guy.
And the road loss streak, unfortunately, continues for Marty Morningwig and the Lions. We'll be back right after this. Back here in Arizona, let's take a look at our UPS leaderboard. UPS delivers a chance for you to win a big screen TV to watch the big game. Just log on to foxsports.com. Bill Gramatica, the hero today. He lines up, punches it through, and gives the Cardinals the overtime win. And for Marty Mornhinweg, Lions coach, unfortunately, the road loss streak continues. For Dwight Clark, this is Ron Pitts saying so long here from Arizona. Once again, the final score, the Arizona Cardinals 23, the Detroit Lions 20. So long, everybody.
Home to the 2003, 2005, and 2007 Daytona 500, Super Bowl 39, and through 2006, the home to baseball's All-Star Game and World Series. This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.